Emil, du skal i bad. Nej, det vil jeg ikke. Jamen, det skal du. Du er ikke min mor. Nej, det er jeg ikke. Du er heller ikke min far. Nej, men jeg er voksen. Du bestemmer ikke over mig. Jo, det gør jeg faktisk. Jeg vil ikke i bad. Jeg skal tisse. Alright, let's translate. Emil, du skal i bad. Emil, you have to take a bath or a shower. Nej, det vil jeg ikke. No, I don't want to. Jamen, det skal du. Well, you have to. Du er ikke min mor. You're not my mom. Nej, det er jeg ikke. No, I'm not. Du er heller ikke min far. You're not my dad either. Nej, men jeg er voksen. No, but I'm a grown-up. Du bestemmer ikke over mig. You don't decide what I do. So bestemme over is sort of like to be in charge, be the boss of someone, right? Kind of like that. So decide what they have to do. Du bestemmer ikke over mig. Kids, they say this a lot. It's so annoying, but can't really blame them. Jo, det gør jeg faktisk. Yeah, actually, I do. Jeg vil ikke i bad. Jeg skal tisse. I don't want to take a bath. I have to pee. So, in Danish, we just say bad, whether it's a shower or bath. Now, technically speaking, a shower is brusebad, because brus is what the water does when it's like all foaming and stuff. You know, we call that brus, like in soda, brus. But most of the time we just say bad, whichever one it is. So it's pretty easy that way. Alright, that's the first page. The conversation continues. I got here. Alright, so Anna says, så gå ud på toilettet. Du skal gå med mig. Skal jeg gå med dig? Ja, du skal. Okay, så går jeg med. Jeg er sulten. Men du spiste for en halv time siden? Jeg vil have kage. Det får du ikke. Hvad med frugt? Nej, ikke frugt. Jeg vil have kage. Alright, here he sounds like a brat. Så gå ud på toilettet. Then go to the bathroom or toilet. Du skal gå med mig. You have to go with me. Skal jeg gå med dig? Want me to go with you? Ja, du skal. Yes, you have to. Okay, så går jeg med. Okay, then I'll go with you. Jeg er sulten. I'm hungry. Men du spiste for en halv time siden. But you ate half an hour ago. Jeg vil have kage. I want cake. Det får du ikke. Hvad med frugt? You're not getting that. How about fruit? Nej, ikke frugt. Jeg vil have kage. No, not fruit. I want cake. Alright, so it's really, really annoying. This kid is so annoying. Got on the next page. Okay, so then she says, ja, så skal du også børste tænder. Du skal børste mine tænder. Måske kan jeg hjælpe dig. Min tandpasta smager sødt. Ja, det kan du godt lide, ikke? Jo, jeg elsker alt, der er sødt. Ja, det gør du. Nu er jeg søvnig. Så lad os finde dit nattøj. Vil du ikke fortælle en godnat-historie? Let's translate. Så skal du også børste tænder. Then you have to brush your teeth too. Du skal børste mine tænder. You have to brush my teeth. Måske kan jeg hjælpe dig. Maybe I can help you. Min tandpasta smager sødt. My toothpaste tastes sweet. I guess that's weird English, but it's what we say. Smager sødt. Ja, det kan du godt lide, ikke? Yeah, you like that, don't you? Jo, jeg elsker alt, der er sødt. Yeah, I love everything that's sweet. Yeah, det gør du. Yeah, you do. Nu er jeg søvnig. Now I'm sleepy. Så lad os finde dit nattøj. Then let's find your PJ or pajamas or whatever. Nattøj is like night clothes, like night wear. It's very common. You could also say pyjamas, but nattøj is totally fine. Sound like Dracula. Det tøj jeg på om natten. The stuff that I wear at night. Alright, we got. Vil du ikke fortælle en godnat-historie? Won't or will you tell me a bedtime story? Ja, godnat-historie, bedtime story, good night story. Moving on, we got. Jo, det kan jeg godt. Det skal være den om dragen. Den har du hørt før. Jamen, jeg vil høre den igen. Jeg var også barn engang. Var du det? Ja, og jeg elskede dukker. Jeg kan ikke lide dukker. Dem kan du ikke lide at lege med? Nej, jeg kan bedre lide biler. Alright, let's see, let's take a look at this. Jo, det kan jeg godt. Yeah, I can do that. Det skal være den om dragen. It has to be the one about the dragon. Well, that's very typical kids, right? Like they never know the title. Like, den om, eller den med, like, the one about, or the one with, kind of like that. Den har du hørt før. You've heard that one before. Jamen, jeg vil høre den igen. Yeah, but I want to hear it again. Jeg var også barn engang. I used to be a kid too. Var du det? You were? Now, I know the translations here are a bit strange, but that's actually the fault of the English language, because it just doesn't fit. Right? So, jeg var også barn. You could also say, I once was a kid, not used to be. Så, var du det? You were? Ja, og jeg elskede dukker. Yes, and I loved dolls. Jeg kan ikke lide dukker. I don't like dolls. Dem kan du ikke lide at lege med? You don't like playing with those? Nej, jeg kan bedre lide biler. No, I like cars better. That's very honest at least. I mean, gotta hand it to him. Not that he cares. Alright, what we got here? We got... Du har rigtig mange biler. Ja, og jeg elsker at lege med dem. Du har rigtig meget legetøj, hva'? Ja, men jeg vil have mere. Du må vente til din fødselsdag. Jeg er stadig sulten. Du får ikke mere mad i dag. Hvorfor ikke? Fordi det er sengetid. Skal du også sove så? Now, kids, of course, they all have different ways of speaking. The intonation can be different, but it's going to sound a little bit funny. Right? Some are going to have like a higher voice tonality, like, skal du også sove så? Hvorfor ikke? Like, some might speak like that. Or some might have more like a baby voice, like, jeg er stadig sulten. Right? Like, there are different ways, and this is especially useful if you're like a babysitter, an au pair, or a nanny, or whatever the specific job is. But anything where you work with kids, a kindergarten, right? You know, you're a pedagogue in a kindergarten or something like that. They're gonna say some stuff like this. So, always gotta fight with them. Du har rigtig mange biler. You really have a lot of cars. Ja, og jeg elsker at lege med dem. Yes, and I love playing with them. Du har rigtig meget legetøj, huh? You have a lot of toys, huh? Ja, men jeg vil have mere. Yes, but I want more. Du må vente til din fødselsdag. You'll have to wait till your birthday. Oh, they hate hearing this, they really do. Jeg er stadig sulten. I'm still hungry. Du får ikke mere mad i dag. You're not getting any more food today. Hvorfor ikke? Why not? Fordi det er sengetid. Because it's bedtime. Skal du også sove, så? Are you going to sleep too, then? So this så is like then, right? Skal du også sove, så? Yeah, it's not easy. Alright, so the last one in this conversation we got. Nej, det skal jeg ikke. Du er dum. Du er ikke sød. Nå, synes du det? Ja, jeg kan ikke lide dig. Nå, det er okay. Jeg siger det til min mor og far. Okay, det gør du bare. Nu slår jeg en prut. Så må jeg skynde mig væk. Godnat, Anna. That's interesting stuff. Nej, det skal jeg ikke. No, I'm not. Du er dum. Du er ikke sød. You're stupid. You're not nice. This is very typical kids. I don't know if they do in other countries too, to be honest. But in Denmark, kids, they say this when they don't like you. They're like, du dumb. Du, Yeah, something like that. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It just means that they don't like you. Du dumb. You're stupid. You're not nice. Nå, synes du det? Oh, you think that? Yeah, jeg kan ikke lide dig. Yeah, I don't like you. Nå, det er okay. Oh well, that's okay. Jeg siger det til min mor og far. I'm telling my mom and dad. Also a classic, so classic. When I worked in the kindergarten, they always said this. Whenever you put some boundaries or something, they're like, jeg siger det til min mor og far, og så kommer du i fængsel. Like, then you're going to jail because you pissed them off. Happy times. Alright. Okay, det gør du bare. Okay, you go ahead and do that. So, det gør du bare is basically an invitation, or sort of like, okay, go ahead, be my guest. Right? We use it in a lot of context, not just with kids. We use it like all the time, pretty much. Nu slår jeg en prut. Now I'm gonna fart. Sorry. Boys will be boys. Yeah, slå en prut til fart. Så må jeg skynde mig væk. Then I have to hurry and get away. Godnat, Anna. Good night, Anna. Jeg er så sulten, mand. Det er jeg faktisk også. Har vi noget i køleskabet? Det ved jeg ikke. Kan du tjekke? Kan du ikke gøre det? Hvorfor skal jeg? Fordi jeg er doven. Ja, okay, det er et godt argument. Der er ikke noget mad i køleskabet. Så må vi bestille noget. Jeg er så sulten, mand. I'm so hungry, man. Det er jeg faktisk også. Actually, so am I. Har vi noget i køleskabet? Do we have anything in the fridge? Det ved jeg ikke. Kan du tjekke? Kan du tjekke? I don't know. Can you check? Kan du ikke gøre det? Can you do it? Hvorfor skal jeg? Why do I have to? Fordi jeg er doven. Because I'm lazy. Ja, okay. Det er et godt argument. Ja, okay. That's a good argument. Der er ikke noget mad i køleskabet. There's no food in the fridge. Så må vi bestille noget. Then we'll have to order something. Alright, so let's see what they do. Men det er så dyrt. Jeg skal nok betale. Tak, mand. Vi kunne spise pizza. Nej, det fik vi i sidste uge. Hvad med lasagne? Hvad med noget indisk? Det er for stærkt. Nej, det kan du ikke lide. Jeg har lyst til noget kinesisk. Alright, let's translate here. Men det er så dyrt. But that is so expensive. It is in Denmark. Jeg skal nok betale. I'll pay. Tak, man. Thanks, man. Vi kunne spise pizza. We could eat pizza. Nej, det fik vi i sidste uge. No, we had that last week. Hvad med lasagne? How about lasagne? Hvad med noget indisk? How about something Indian? Det er for stærkt. That's too spicy. Nej, det kan du ikke lide. No, you don't like that. Jeg har lyst til noget kinesisk. I feel like having something Chinese. Jeg vil hellere spise mexicansk. Kinesisk eller mexicansk. Mexicansk mad er bedre, mand. Jeg kunne vel godt spise en burrito. Jeg vidste det. Så bestiller vi det. Med masser af guacamole. Og bønner. Ja, selvfølgelig skal vi have bønner. Jeg er også lidt tørstig. Jeg vil hellere spise mexicansk. I rather eat something Mexican. Kinesisk eller mexicansk? Chinese or Mexican? Mexicansk mad er bedre, man. Mexican food is better, man. Jeg kunne vel godt spise en burrito. I guess I could eat a burrito. Jeg vidste det. I knew it. Så bestiller vi det. Then we'll order that. Med masser af guacamole. With lots of guacamole. Og bønner. And beans. Ja, selvfølgelig skal vi have bønner. Yeah, of course we're having beans. Jeg er også lidt tørstig. I'm a little thirsty too. And then what happens? Jeg har en cola i fryseren. Hvorfor ligger den i fryseren? Fordi jeg er mærkelig. Ja, det giver mening. Jeg elsker iskold cola. Jeg tager et glas mælk. Hvor er du sådan? Det er godt for mine muskler. Ja, det er super. Hvornår kommer maden? Jeg har en cola i fryseren. I have a cola in the freezer. Hvorfor ligger den i fryseren? Why is it in the freezer? Fordi jeg er mærkelig. Because I'm weird. Nå ja, det giver mening. Alright, that makes sense. Jeg elsker iskold cola. I love ice cold cola. Jeg tager et glas mælk. I'll take a glass of milk. Hvor er du sund? You're so healthy. Det er godt for mine muskler. It's good for my muscles. Ja, det er super. Yeah, that's super. Hvornår kommer maden? When is the food coming? Right, so he's not exactly patient. Let's see here. Der går nok ikke så lang tid. Lad os sætte en film på. Okay, hvad har vi? Lad mig se. Den med mumien. En god film, mens vi venter. Hvad synes du om dansk mad? Jeg er ikke imponeret. Nå, det er du ikke? Nej, dansk mad er ikke noget særligt. Alright, let's see. Der går nok ikke så lang tid. It probably won't be that long. Lad os sætte en film på. Let's put a movie on. Okay, hvad har vi? Okay, what do we have? Lad mig se. Let me see. Den med mumien. The one with the mummy. Yeah, so adults can also say this. Like, den med. Like, if they don't remember the title. Den med mumien. En god film, mens vi venter. a good movie while we're waiting. Hvad synes du om dansk mad? What do you think about Danish food? Jeg er ikke imponeret. I'm not impressed. Nå, det er du ikke? Oh, you're not? Nej, dansk mad er ikke noget særligt. No, Danish food is nothing special. And he's right. Alright, let's see. Okay, jeg er ikke enig med dig. Kan du godt lide dansk mad? Ja, jeg elsker alt med kartofler. Ligesom Lars fra Jylland. Hvem? Ikke noget. Jeg er sulten. Du må vente lidt. Okay, jeg skal nok vente. Nu tror jeg maden er her. Endelig. Jeg er ikke enig med dig. I don't agree with you. Kan du godt lide dansk mad? Do you like Danish food? Ja, jeg elsker alt med kartofler. Yeah, I love everything with potatoes. Ligesom Lars fra Jylland. Like Lars from Jutland. And you're like, who the hell is that? Check my other videos, guys. You'll know. He's kind of a legend on my channel and the website too. So, hvem? Who? Ikke noget. Jeg er sulten. Nothing. I'm hungry. Du må vente lidt. You'll have to wait for a bit. Okay, jeg skal nok vente. Okay, I'll wait. Nu tror jeg, maden er her. I think the food is here now. Endelig. Finally. Okay, and this is the last slide. Mexicansk mad er bare... Ja, det er bare det bedste. Det er så sandt. Har du en stor appetit? Ja, man, det har jeg. Det har jeg også. Okay, lad os starte filmen. Ja, lad os gøre det. Now, of course, I'm saying this in my dialect. It could be said another way. Det er så sandt. Har du en stor appetit? Ja, man, det har jeg. Det har jeg også. Lad os starte filmen. Lad os gøre det. That's a bit of a parody. But, you know, there are different ways of speaking, like the intonation and the stress. I mean, the stress within the word is the same, but, you know, people in Jutland and Funen or Fyn, they speak a little bit differently. And I'm from Sydsjælland, the southern part of Sealand, so I speak this way. Right? Det er bare det bedste. Det er så sandt. Alright, let's be serious and translate this thing. Mexicansk mad er bare... Mexican food is just... Yeah, det er bare det bedste. Yeah, it's just the best. Det er så sandt. That is so true. Har du en stor appetit? Do you have a big appetite? Ja, man. Det har jeg. Yeah, man. I have. Det har jeg også. So have I. Me too. Lad os starte filmen. Let's start the movie. Ja, yeah, lad os gøre det. Yeah, let's do that. Mit første spørgsmål er, hvor længe har de været konge? I 10 år. Det burde du vide allerede. Det har de naturligvis ret i. Og hvordan føles det at være konge? Det føles bare så godt. Jeg elsker det. Synes de selv, at de er en god konge? Ja, en af de bedste nogensinde, for at være helt ærlig. Og selvfølgelig er de altid ærlige. Har de nogensinde misbrugt deres magt? Det er umuligt for mig at misbruge min magt. Vil de venligst forklare, hvad de mener med det? Jeg er konge, så jeg kan gøre, hvad der passer mig. Så de siger, at uanset hvordan de bruger deres magt, så er det okay. Det er netop det, jeg siger. Jeg kan ikke gøre noget forkert. Okay, og hvordan har deres kone, dronning Karen den 7. det? Hun havde det vist meget godt i går aftes. Så de har ikke snakket med hende her til morgen? Nej, jeg havde lidt travlt med at vælge sokker. Det er forståeligt. Hvad inspirerer dem som konge? Jeg tror ikke, jeg forstår spørgsmålet. Når de udfører deres pligt som konge, hvad inspirerer dem så? Rockmusik. Det er min inspirationskilde. Som regent, hvad er deres vision for landet? At nyde livet. Nej, jeg mener deres vision for landet er, hvad de ønsker for folket. Jamen, jeg håber på, at folk her i landet er lykkelige. Hvad gør de for, at folkene her i landet bliver lykkelige så, om jeg må spørge? Ikke en fis. Jeg slapper bare af og ser godt ud. Det var et godt svar. Det vil uden tvivl gå over i historien. Nogle gange så ved man bare, at man er skabt til noget stort. Og det opdagede de, da de var ganske unge. Ja, jeg vidste, at jeg skulle være konge, så det var meget enkelt. Det har været et inspirerende interview. Tusind tak skal de have. Jeg er allerede færdig. Jamen okay, det var interessant. Alright, so now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back here and translate. I'll say it fairly slowly, but not super slowly. So let's see what we got here. Mit første spørgsmål er, hvor længe har de været konge? My first question is, for how long have you been king? I 10 år, det burde du vide allerede. For 10 years, you should know that already. Det har de naturligvis ret i. Og hvordan føles det at være konge? You are of course right about that. And how does it feel to be king? Det føles bare så godt. Jeg elsker det. It just feels so good. I love it. Synes de selv, at de er en god konge? Do you yourself think that you are a good king? Ja, en af de bedste nogensinde, for at være helt ærlig. Yes, one of the best ever, to be completely honest. Og selvfølgelig er de altid ærlige. Har de nogensinde misbrugt deres magt? And of course, you're always honest. Have you ever misused or abused your power? Det er umuligt for mig at misbruge min magt. It's impossible for me to abuse my power. Alright. Vil de venligst forklare, hvad de mener med det? Would you please explain what you mean by that? Jeg er konge, så jeg kan gøre, hvad der passer mig. I'm a king, so I can do whatever I want. Så det siger, at uanset hvordan de bruger deres magt, så er det okay. So you're saying that no matter how you use your power, it's okay. Det er netop det, jeg siger. Jeg kan ikke gøre noget forkert. That's exactly what I'm saying. I can't do anything wrong. Okay, og hvordan har deres kone, dronning Karen den 7. det? Okay, and how is your wife, Queen Karen the 7th, doing? Hun havde det vist meget godt i går aftes. She seemed to be doing pretty well last night. Så de har ikke snakket med hende her til morgen. So you haven't spoken to her this morning? Nej, jeg havde lidt travlt med at vælge sokker. No, I was sort of busy choosing socks. Det er forståeligt. Hvad inspirerer dem som konge? That is understandable. What inspires you as a king? Jeg tror ikke, jeg forstår spørgsmålet. I don't think I understand the question. Når de udfører deres pligt som konge, hvad inspirerer dem så? When you carry out your duty or duties as a king, what inspires you? Rockmusik. Det er min inspirationskilde. Rock music. That's my source of inspiration. Som regent, hvad er deres vision for landet? As a regent, ruler, king, queen. What is your vision for the country? At nyde livet. To enjoy life. Nej, jeg mener deres vision for landet, hvad de ønsker for folket. No, I mean your vision for the country. What you want or wish for the people. Jamen, jeg håber på, at folk her i landet er lykkelige. Well, I hope that people in this country are happy. Hvad gør de, for at folkene her i landet bliver lykkelige så, om jeg må spørge? Then what do you do so that the people in this country become happy, if I may ask? Ikke en fis. Jeg slapper bare af og ser godt ud. Not a damn thing. I just relax and look good. Det var et godt svar. Det vil uden tvivl gå over i historien. That was a good answer. It will, without a doubt, go down in history. Nogle gange, så ved man bare, at man er skabt til noget stort. Sometimes you just know that you are created or meant for something big or great. Og det opdagede de, da de var ganske ung. And you discovered that when you were quite young. Ja, jeg vidste, at jeg skulle være konge, så det var meget enkelt. Yes, I knew that I would be king, so it was very simple. Dette har været et inspirerende interview. Tusind tak skal de have. This has been an inspiring interview. Thank you very much. Er vi allerede færdige? Jamen, okay. Det var interessant. Are we already done? Well, okay. It was interesting. Dette er en meget alvorlig sag. Ingen forlader lokalet. Hvad drejer det sig om? Jeg ved ikke, hvem der har begået denne forbrydelse. Gad vide, hvad der er sket. Men en eller anden har spist den sidste småkage. Åh nej, det er forfærdeligt. Åh Gud, jeg tror ikke mine egne ører. Ja, jeg ved, at dette kommer som et stort chok for jer alle. Er der noget, vi kan gøre for at hjælpe? Besvar mine spørgsmål. Lige nu er I alle under mistanke. Så er det godt, jeg er uskyldig. Jeg starter med dig, Vera. Kan du godt lide småkager? Tja, de er vel okay, men jeg... Men hvad? Var det dig, der spiste den? Nej, sådan noget kunne jeg aldrig finde på. Du ligner ellers en, der går og stjæler småkager. Må jeg være fri? Jeg er et anstændigt menneske. Nu vel. Peter, hvornår har du sidst spist en småkage? Det er et godt stykke tid siden. En uge måske? En uge? Måske? Så er du ikke sikker? Ej, altså jeg går ikke og holder styr på den slags. Du snakker med politiet. Jeg må bede dig om at tage denne sag alvorligt. Jeg håber ikke, han har set mig. Og Ida, hvad med dig? Var det dig, der spiste den? Nej, jeg spiser ikke småkager. Jeg er allergisk. Nå, så du er allergisk over for småkager? Nej, det er sukker, jeg ikke kan tåle. Jeg får kvalme ved smagen. I påstår alle, at I er uskyldige. Det er ikke en nem sag. Jamen, måske var det en mus, der spiste den. Nej, det var ikke en mus. Så var det måske en ugle. Nej, det var det heller ikke. Jeg ved godt, hvem det var. Ved du, hvem der gjorde det? Det lyder godt. Ja, det ved jeg. Det var mig. Nå, jeg må løbe. Vi ses. Hvad? Hvorfor? Jeg forstår ingenting. Det var ikke pænt af ham. Det overrasker mig ikke. Han er en mærkelig mand. Meget mærkelig og ikke venlig. So, let's translate bit by bit. Dette er en meget alvorlig sag. Ingen forlader lokalet. This is a very serious matter. Nobody leaves the room. Hvad drejer det sig om? What is it about? Jeg ved ikke, hvem der har begået denne forbrydelse. I don't know who's committed this crime. Gad vide, hvad der er sket. I wonder what happened. Men en eller anden har spist den sidste småkage. But someone has eaten the last cookie. Nej, det er forfærdeligt. Oh no, it's terrible. Åh Gud, jeg tror ikke mine egne ører. Oh God, I don't believe my own ears. Ja, jeg ved, at dette kommer som et stort chok for jer alle. Yeah, I know that this comes as a big shock to all of you. Er der noget, vi kan gøre for at hjælpe? Is there anything we can do to help? Besvar mine spørgsmål. Lige nu er I alle under mistanke. Answer my questions. Right now, you're all under suspicion. Så er det godt, jeg er uskyldig. Then it's a good thing I'm innocent. Jeg starter med dig, Vera. Kan du godt lide småkager? I'm starting with you, Vera. Do you like cookies? Tja, de er vel okay, men well, I guess they're okay, but Men hvad? Var det dig, der spiste den? But what? Was it you who ate it? Nej, sådan noget kunne jeg aldrig finde på. No, I would never do something like that. Du ligner ellers en, der går og stjæler småkager. You look like someone who steals cookies, though. Må jeg være fri? Jeg er et anstændigt menneske. Oh please, I'm a decent person. Nu vel. Peter, hvornår har du sidst spist en småkage? Very well, Peter. When did you last eat a cookie? Det er et godt stykke tid siden. En uge, måske. It's been a good while. A week, maybe. En uge, måske. Så du er ikke sikker. A week, maybe. So you're not sure. Nej, altså, jeg går ikke og holder styr på den slags. No, I mean, I don't keep track of that kind of thing. Du snakker med politiet. Jeg må bede dig om at tage denne sag alvorligt. You're talking to the police. I'll have to ask you to take this case seriously. Jeg håber ikke, han har set mig. I hope he didn't see me. Og Ida, hvad med dig? Var det dig, der spiste den? And Ida, what about you? Was it you who ate it? Nej, jeg spiser ikke småkager. Jeg er allergisk. No, I don't eat cookies. I'm allergic. Nå, så du er allergisk over for småkager. Oh, so you're allergic to cookies. Nej, det er sukker, jeg ikke kan tåle. Jeg får kvalme ved smagen. No, it's sugar that I can't take. I get nauseous by or from the taste. I påstår alle, at I er uskyldige. Det er ikke en nem sag. You're all claiming that you're innocent. It's not an easy case. Jamen, måske var det en mus, der spiste den. Well, maybe it was a mouse that ate it. Nej, det var ikke en mus. No, it wasn't a mouse. Så var det måske en ugle. Then maybe it was an owl. Nej, det var det heller ikke. Jeg ved godt, hvem det var. No, it wasn't that either. I know who it was. Ved du, hvem der gjorde det? Det lyder godt. Do you know who did it? That sounds good. Ja, det ved jeg. Det var mig. Nå, jeg må løbe. Vi ses. Yeah, I know that. It was me. Well, I gotta go. See ya. Hvad? Hvorfor? Jeg forstår ingenting. What? Why? I don't understand anything. Det var ikke pænt af ham. That wasn't nice of him. Det overrasker mig ikke. Han er en mærkelig mand. It doesn't surprise me. He's a strange man. Meget mærkelig og ikke venlig. Very strange and not friendly. Ved du hvad, mand? Jeg spiser ikke kød mere. Nå, okay. Hvorfor gør du ikke det? Fordi jeg er blevet veganer. Okay, så spiser du heller ikke mejeriprodukter. Nej, det gør jeg ikke. Jeg spiser heller ikke honning. Okay. Hvor længe har du været veganer? Hvor længe? Jeg tror det er 5 dage nu. Nå, det er ikke så lang tid. Nej, det er meget nyt for mig. Men jeg er glad for det. Du er glad for, at du ikke spiser animalske produkter mere. Ja, det er jeg. Har det meget bedre med mig selv. Det kan jeg godt forstå. Ja, og jeg savner slet ikke kød. Jeg savner heller ikke fisk så meget. Hvad med ost? Jeg ved, du elsker ost. Ja, ost smager dejligt, men jeg kan godt undvære det. Jamen, det har jeg stor respekt for. Det er jeg glad for at høre. Min familie synes, jeg er skør. Hvorfor gør de det? Jeg synes, du har taget et fornuftigt valg. Tak, mand. Men du spiser stadig kød. Gør du ikke? Jo, det gør jeg. Kan ikke leve uden det. Altså, det kan du godt, rent fysisk. Ja, det er ikke umuligt. Jeg har bare ikke lyst til at blive vegetar eller veganer. Jeg har en anden ven, der spiser alt for meget kød. Hvem er det? Er det Henning? Ja, det er ham. Hvordan vidste du det? Fordi Henning han har en forfærdelig ånde. Det er rigtigt. Han lugter af bacon hele tiden. Ja, så er du glad for, at du ikke spiser kød eller fisk mere. Og du savner kun ost, mælk, yoghurt og honning en lille smule. Ja, en lille smule. Det er okay. Spiser du så tofu og sådan noget? Det gør jeg faktisk ikke. Kan jeg ikke så godt lide tofu? Nå, hvad spiser du så? Jamen, jeg spiser en masse linser og kikærter. Og hvor er du sund, Benny? Ja, det er vel egentlig. Det føles i hvert fald godt. Du virker meget glad. Det er jeg. Jeg føler, jeg gør det rigtige. Det er det handler om, ikke? Ja, jeg gør det for min samvittighed. Og det har jeg kæmpe respekt for. Det betyder meget for mig, at du siger det. Er der nogen, der har sagt noget til det? Der er et par stykker, der har sagt noget. Nå, okay. Sagde de noget, du ikke havde hørt før? Nej, det synes jeg faktisk ikke, de gjorde. Sådan er det jo, ikke? Altså, nogle mennesker elsker at kritisere andre. Det gør de, men faktisk er jeg lidt ligeglad. Føler du, at du gør en forskel? Ja, det gør jeg vel. Men hvis jeg skal være helt ærlig. Ja, sig det bare, Benny. Tak. Jeg har kun én person. Det er ikke nok. Det er lidt svært at styre, hvad andre gør, ikke? Det er det, og jeg har heller ikke lyst til det. Så er du ikke aktivist eller sådan noget? Det er jeg ikke. Jeg er kun ansvarlig for, hvad jeg gør. Jeg må indrømme, at jeg elsker kød. Hvad fortæller din samvittighed der? Jeg oplever vist lidt kognitiv dissonans. Jeg ved, hvad du mener. Du må træffe et valg. Måske en anden dag. Jeg har travlt med nogle andre ting. Faktisk er jeg lidt sulten. Måske skulle jeg spise falafel. Det ved jeg, at du elsker. Det er en god idé. Falafel med hummus. Alright, so that was the conversation itself. And now I'm gonna go back. Ved du hvad, mand? Jeg spiser ikke kød mere. You know what, man? I don't eat meat anymore. Nå, okay. Hvorfor gør du ikke det? Oh, okay. Why don't you? Fordi jeg er blevet veganer. Because I've become a vegan. Okay, så spiser du heller ikke mejeriprodukter. Okay, then you don't eat dairy either. So mejeri is actually the factory of, I should maybe look this up, where you make like milk, yogurt, cheese, the dairy. So it's a very long word. Mejeriprodukter. Nej, det gør jeg ikke. Spiser heller ikke honning. No, I don't. Don't eat honey either. So this don't eat honey either kind of fits with spiser heller ikke honning. And it's not a mistake that there is no jeg. When you're speaking informally, like with a friend, and you already know what you're talking about, like mainly from your own perspective, you don't have to say jeg. Right? In conversation. In writing is different, but in conversation it's not so strict. So you could just say, elsker det, er så træt. Right? Spiser lige nu. You don't always have to say jeg. So you can relax a little bit. Okay, hvor længe har du været veganer? Okay, for how long have you been a vegan? Hvor længe? Jeg tror det er 5 dage nu. How long? I think it's 5 days now. Nå, det er ikke så lang tid. Oh, it's not that long time. Nej, det er meget nyt for mig. Men jeg er glad for det. No, it's very new to me, but I'm happy about it. So this glad for is like you're happy about something and that you like it. In this case, it's sort of like it's a positive change in your life. But you could also say it about a person. Like han er meget glad for dig. Like he really likes you. Either in a romantic way or more like a friendly way. But it's like some deep appreciation or deep liking, strong liking. Jeg er glad for det. Really happy about it. Du er glad for, du ikke spiser animalske produkter mere. Yeah, it's kind of the keyword here. Animalske produkter. You're happy that you are not eating animal products anymore. Animalsk is of course an adjective, like animal or animalistic. So. Ja, det er jeg. Har det meget bedre med mig selv. Yes, I am feeling a lot better about myself. So of course, har det bedre, har det meget bedre is like feeling better, right? And this med mig selv is like about myself, like his conscience, his pride, his values. He's like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing, that kind of stuff. Yeah. You could also say, jeg har det dårligt med det. I feel bad about it. Like, not physically bad, but like, you messed up, you did something you're not supposed to, and I was like, oh, jeg har det rigtig dårligt med det. So, it could go either way, right? Yeah. Det kan jeg godt forstå. I can understand that. og jeg savner slet ikke kød. Savner heller ikke fisk så meget. And I don't miss meat at all. Don't miss fish that much either. It's a long sentence. You can take a second to look at it. Savner slet ikke kød. Don't miss meat at all. For those of you who don't know, slet ikke is like not at all. Like not in the slightest, not even a little bit. Slet ikke. Savner slet ikke kød. Savner heller ikke fisk så meget. Pretty straightforward. Hvad med ost? Jeg ved, du elsker ost. How about cheese? I know, you love cheese. Ja, ost smager dejligt, men jeg kan godt undvære det. Yeah, cheese is nice or tastes nice, but I can do without it. So undvære is like do without, live without, and where there's negative or positive, it's like, oh, jeg kan ikke undvære det. It's like you need that thing. Yeah, of course we're exaggerating because it's, just meat. But, yeah. Jamen, det har jeg stor respekt for. Well, I have big respect for that. Det er jeg glad for at høre. Min familie synes, jeg er skør. I'm happy to hear that. My family thinks I'm crazy. Okay. Here it is again. Glad for. Happy about it. Det er jeg glad for at høre. Yeah. Okay. Skør. Yeah, skør is like the primary word for crazy. There are others. There's also like sindssyg, that's insane. Or tosset, that's kind of like nuts. And so on. But this is like the most basic one. Skør. Skør, skør, skør. Crazy. Hvorfor gør de det? Jeg synes, du har taget et fornuftigt valg. Why do they do that? I think you've made a sensible choice. Godt se rational, I guess. Fornuftig is like sensible, rational, sort of responsible, because fornuft is sense, common sense, reason. Fornuftig, adjective. Et fornuftigt valg. Tak, mand. Men du spiser stadig kød. Gør du ikke? Thanks, man. But you're still eating meat, aren't you? Jo, det gør jeg. Kan ikke leve uden det. Yeah, I do. Can't live without it. Altså, det kan du godt rent fysisk. Well, you can, physically speaking. This is interesting. Rent fysisk. So fysisk is like physical or physically. Rent means like purely. So purely in the physical way, in your survival in this case. So in English you just say physically or physically speaking. Right? Rent fysisk. You could also say rent teoretisk, rent praktisk, sort of in those terms. It's a little more advanced, but it's good to know. Ja, det er ikke umuligt. Jeg har bare ikke lyst til at blive vegetar eller veganer. Yeah, it's not impossible. I just don't feel like becoming a vegetarian or vegan. Right? Jeg har en anden ven, der spiser alt for meget kød. I have another friend who eats way too much meat. Alt for meget, way too much. Like it's just totally over the top, complete excess. Hvem er det? Er det Henning? Who is it? Is it Henning? That's that guy's name. Henning. Ja, det er ham. Hvordan vidste du det? Yeah, it is him. How did you know that? Fordi Henning har en forfærdelig ånde. Because Henning has a terrible breath. Forfærdelig. Terrible. Ja. Det er rigtigt. Han lugter af bacon hele tiden. That's right. He smells like bacon all the time. Ja, så du er glad for, du ikke spiser kød eller fisk mere. Yeah, so you're happy that you don't eat meat or fish anymore. Okay. Og du savner kun ost, mælk, yoghurt og honning en lille smule. And you only miss cheese, milk, yogurt and honey a little bit. Ja, en lille smule. Det er okay. Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. Spiser du så tofu og sådan noget? Then do you eat tofu and stuff like that? Sådan noget means stuff like that. Those kinds of things. Right? Sådan noget. Det gør jeg faktisk ikke. Kan ikke så godt lide tofu. Actually, I don't like tofu that much. And here again, no jeg, because we already got it. Det gør jeg faktisk ikke. It's clear from the context. Kan ikke så godt lide tofu. Nå, hvad spiser du så? Well, what do you eat then? Jamen, jeg spiser en masse linser og kikærter. Well, I eat a lot of lentils and chickpeas. Hvor er du sund, Benny? You're so healthy, Benny. Ja, det er jeg vel egentlig. Det føles i hvert fald godt. Yeah, I guess I am. Really, actually. It feels good anyway. So egentlig, most of the time I would translate it to actually, but it can also be really sort of like deep down when you're really looking at it, when you're really thinking about it, then egentlig. And where faktisk could be a little bit more surprising, like as a matter of fact. There's a little difference between egentlig and faktisk, but of course, sometimes they overlap. Ja, det er vel egentlig. I guess I am, right? Det er jeg vel egentlig. Det føles i hvert fald godt. Alright, awesome. Ja, du virker meget glad. You seem very happy. Det er jeg. Jeg føler, jeg gør det rigtige. I feel I'm doing the right thing. Now, this is kind of interesting, because in English, you would say the right thing. But in Danish, you would just say det rigtige. You don't have to say den rigtige ting. That would be very, very unnatural. Det rigtige. And that's kind of convenient, so you don't have to make it so long. Yeah. Det gode er, the good thing is. And so on. Ja, det er det handler om. Ikke? Yeah, that's what it's about, right? Ja, jeg gør det for min samvittighed. Yes, I do it for my conscience. Okay, samvittighed is probably a new word to a lot of you. Samvittighed is of course conscience. samvittighed. Det har jeg kæmpe respekt for. I have huge respect for that. Det betyder meget for mig, at du siger det. It means a lot to me that you're saying that. Er der nogen, der har sagt noget til det? Is there anyone who said anything about it? Now, this might seem a little bit vague and unclear, like said something, like said what kind of stuff. But from the context, it's clear that we're talking about people criticizing or giving him a hard time because he made a change in his diet. Right? Er der nogen, der har sagt noget? We don't have to say the words to criticize or to talk shit. We get it from the context. Der er et par stykker, der har sagt noget. There are a few who said something. Et par stykker. Yeah, it can mean like a few or a couple pieces. But again, from the context, we know that we're talking about humans, about people, right? Nå okay, sagde de noget, du ikke havde hørt før? Oh, okay. Did they say anything you hadn't heard before? Nej, det synes jeg faktisk ikke, de gjorde. No, I don't actually think they did. Sådan er det jo. Nogle mennesker elsker at kritisere andre. That's how it is. Some people love criticizing others. It's a long sentence, but it's pretty straightforward. When you're talking about something that is like widely known, it's sort of common knowledge or the common consensus anyway, something you all kind of assume, then you can say, sådan er det jo. Like, we all know that. That's nothing new. That's not a surprise. Right? Sådan er det jo. That's how it is. Sådan er det jo. Ja. Det gør de, men faktisk er jeg lidt ligeglad. They do, but actually I don't really care. Now, I said this before, but I'm gonna repeat myself. Ligeglad means don't care, but you could also say indifferent because it's an adjective, right? Like, jeg er ligeglad, I'm equally happy, right? Because lige means equal or even and glad means happy, so either way it's the same, you don't care. Lidt ligeglad, kind of indifferent, right? Sort of indifferent. Føler du, at du gør en forskel? Do you feel that you are making a difference? Ja, det gør jeg vel. Men hvis jeg skal være helt ærlig. Yeah, I guess I do. But if I have to be totally honest. Hvis jeg skal være helt ærlig, that is some good stuff. And like if you're gonna speak directly from the heart or the chest or whatever, like just without filter, you could say something like this. Altså hvis jeg skal være helt ærlig, ikke? Eller for at sige det helt ærligt, like to say it completely honestly, no filter, no censoring. Helt ærlig. And then he says, yeah, sig det bare, Benny. Yeah, just say it, Benny. Sort of trying to encourage him. Tak. Jeg er kun én person. Det er ikke nok. Thanks. I'm just one person. It's not enough. Det er lidt svært at styre, hvad andre gør. Ikke? It's a little hard to control what other people do. Right. Styre is one word for control. It's a little bit similar to the English word to steer, right? Like steering wheel or something like that. Styre. Yeah. Could also say it like about a political system, right? Like a regime or something. It's styre. Usually very bad connotation, but it is said in the news. Styre. Det er det, og jeg har heller ikke lyst til det. It is, and I don't want to. Så du er ikke aktivist eller sådan noget. So you're not like an activist or something like that. Det er jeg ikke. Jeg er kun ansvarlig for, hvad jeg gør. I'm not. I'm only responsible for what I do. Ansvarlig means of course responsible, right? Because ansvar, ignore det lige. Ansvar is responsibility. Yeah. Ja, jeg må indrømme, at jeg elsker kød. I have to admit that I love meat. Hvad fortæller din samvittighed dig? What is your conscience telling you? And there it is again. Samvittighed. Samvittighed. Jeg oplever vist lidt kognitiv dissonans. I guess I'm experiencing a bit of cognitive dissonance. Yeah, it's a little bit advanced. It's a psychology term, but you know, he's basically a little bit messed up in the head, confusing ideas. Cognitive, and notice how I pronounce the G. I don't say cognitive, I say cognitive. Cognitive dissonans. Ja. Jeg ved, hvad du mener. Du må træffe et valg. I know what you mean. You have to make a choice. Måske en anden dag. Jeg har travlt med nogle andre ting. Maybe another day. I'm busy with some other things. Faktisk er jeg lidt sulten. Måske skulle jeg spise. Actually, I'm a little hungry. Maybe I should eat falafel. Det ved jeg, at du elsker. Falafel. I know you love that. Det er en god idé. Falafel med hummus. That's a good idea. Falafel with hummus. Ja, værsgo og sæt dig. Bare tag plads. Mange tak skal du have. Ja, vi har jo læst din ansøgning. Okay. Det ser rigtig fint ud. Du har meget erfaring. Ja, det har jeg helt bestemt. Så du mener, at du er den bedste til jobbet? Ja, det mener jeg. Jeg har meget at bidrage med. Okay, fortsæt du bare. Jeg har arbejdet mange år inden for den her branche. Okay, ja. Og mine tidligere chefer har været meget glade for mig. Hvorfor er det lige netop her, du gerne vil arbejde nu? Det er det, fordi det her virker som en spændende arbejdsplads. Okay. Ja, jeg forestiller mig, at jeg vil passe godt ind her. Hvorfor sagde du dit forrige job op? Det gjorde jeg, fordi det ikke var udfordrende nok. Var du overkvalificeret til det arbejde? Det var jeg muligvis, men det vil jeg ikke være her. Hvor ser du dig selv om 5 år? Jeg ser mig selv her hos jer i en stilling, hvor jeg har indflydelse. Okay, så du er også ambitiøs. Ja, det har jeg altid været. Hvordan har du det med lange arbejdsdage? Jeg har det fint med dem, så længe der er balance. Hvad er balance for dig? Det er, at jeg også har tid til familien. Arbejder du bedst alene eller sammen med andre? Jeg kan sagtens arbejde alene, men jeg er bedst sammen med andre. Okay, hvad er din største styrke? Det er, at jeg er meget løsningsorienteret. Så hvis der dukker et problem op, så løser du det. Ja, min hjerne går i gang med at udtænke en løsning med det samme. Og hvis du nu skal være helt ærlig, hvad er din største svaghed så? Det er måske, at jeg nogle gange presser mig selv for meget. Synes du, at du er en god kollega? Ja, jeg synes, jeg bidrager til et godt arbejdsmiljø. Hvordan håndterer du det, når en kollega ikke gør det, de skal? Tja, jeg er ikke deres chef, så jeg vil ikke irettesætte dem. Hvad er du vant til at tjene om måneden? Det må nok være en 25-30.000. Regner du med at tjene det samme her? Måske ikke lige med det samme, men jeg vil gøre mit bedste for at fortjene det. Vil du selv mene, at du er en effektiv medarbejder? Det vil jeg. Jeg gør ikke noget halvt. Umiddelbart lyder det jo alt sammen meget godt. Ja, det er jeg glad for at høre. Ja, noget vi sætter meget pris på her hos os er pålidelige medarbejdere. Ja, det er sådan det skal være. Kvalitet er en høj prioritet her. Det går vi meget op i. Der kunne jeg ikke være mere enig. Ja, du skal have tak, fordi du ville komme. Tak fordi jeg måtte komme. Jeg glæder mig til at høre fra jer. Du hører fra os. Ha' en god dag. Ja, tak for det. I lige måde. Alright, so now I'm gonna go back. It's kind of long. And then essentially I'm going to read the same thing, but slower, not super slow, but a little bit slower, and also translate. And if there's something that I need to explain, then I'm gonna do that too. Okay? So that is it. Let's see. Ja, værsgo at sætte dig. Bare tag plads. Yes, please sit. Have a seat. Værsgo is very common when you are saying like, hey, go ahead, just make yourself at home, just please, you can do it. Værsgo, right? And then in this case, at sætte dig, like sit down. Mange tak skal du have. Thank you very much. Ja, vi har jo læst din ansøgning. Yes, we read your application. Okay, it's the same. Det ser rigtig fint ud. Du har meget erfaring. It looks very nice. You have a lot of experience. Okay, so a little note here is erfaring is experience that you have accumulated, right? So it's very well suited. It's actually perfect for this context because we're talking about job experience. It could also be life experience. But if it's a single experience and like, oh, this thing happened, this little event, that would be oplevelse. And like at opleve it, to live it up, if you will. And it's very important that you know the difference between the two. This is erfaring. Right? Erfaring. Very nice. Ja, det har jeg helt bestemt. Yes, I certainly have. Helt bestemt is like certainly, definitely. It's a little bit formal. Helt bestemt. Så du mener, at du er den bedste til jobbet. So you believe that you are the best one for the job. Det mener jeg. Jeg har meget at bidrage med. I believe so. I have a lot to contribute with. This word bidrage is of course contribute, and the pronunciation matters. Bidrage, right? And you gotta say bidrage with the stress on B. If you say bidrage, then it sounds like bedrage, which is similar, but that means to defraud, and like you are scamming someone. So it's very important that you say it right. Bidrage, and also bedrage is B-E, not B-I. It's B, not B, bedrage. But still, it's a mistake I've heard many students make, so pay attention. Okay, moving on. Okay, fortsæt du bare. Okay, go on. Fortsæt, continue. Jeg har arbejdet mange år inden for den her branche. I've worked many years in this industry. So indenfor is like inside or within, right? Branche is industry, as in a certain industry, like this type of business, this line of work. Yeah, not industry like factories. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. Og mine tidligere chefer har været meget glade for mig. And my former bosses have liked me very much. Now, when I was translating this, I felt a little bit weird because it could sound like something inappropriate or that they're just huge fans. But at være glad for, and we take the infinitive at være glad for, is basically like to really appreciate or really like. And so it depends on the context. It could be a relative, it could be someone you're in a relationship with, or it could be a good friend, but it could also be a boss, like a coworker who is really appreciating what you bring to the table. So it depends on the context. But it's better saying this than saying kunne godt lide mig, like me, because that would be weird. That's like, oh, they like my personality, right? But here we're talking about them, appreciating who he is as a coworker. Så ja, har været meget glade for mig. Okay, nice. Hvorfor er det lige netop her, du gerne vil arbejde nu? Why is it exactly here you want to work now? Now that is a long sentence, so do note that netop is like exactly, right? Netop, like exact. Ja. Det er det, fordi det her virker som en spændende arbejdsplads. That is because this seems like an exciting workplace. Alright. Yeah, det her virker ikke. This seems. Yeah, det virker som, it seems like. This is very useful if you want to describe something. You have an impression of something. Maybe you don't know for sure if it is that thing, but you have an impression. Then you can say that. Det virker som, han virker som, hun virker som. He, she seems like something, right? Okay. Ja, jeg forestiller mig, at jeg vil passe godt ind her. Forestille, at forestille sig, ikke? The infinitive is to imagine. That's what it is. Jeg forestiller mig, I imagine. At passe in is to fit in. Right? Passe means to fit. Like, den passer der. Like a shirt maybe. Eller, well actually passer also means that it's true. Det passer, it's true. Eller det passer ikke, it's not true. So yeah, passer is a very good word. And then of course there's Dirch Passer, the comedian. If you don't know who he is, well, Google. It's a part of Danish history. Nå, skal vi se det næste. Hvorfor sagde du dit forrige job op? Why did you quit your previous job? And this is at sige something job up is to quit your job. Yeah, it's true that say means set or sige means say, but at sige up means to quit. Right? If you want to quit, I mean, I'm not saying you should do this, but if you want to quit tomorrow, you could just walk into the office and say, jeg siger op, I quit. Right? That is the common way. But of course here we mention a job because we are being a little more formal. And we want to refer specifically to a job. Yeah, establishing a context. Det gjorde jeg, fordi det ikke var udfordrende nok. I did that because it wasn't challenging enough. Bragging. Var du overkvalificeret til det arbejde? Were you overqualified for that job? Det var jeg muligvis, men det vil jeg ikke være her. I possibly was, but I won't be here. So muligvis is possibly. Mulig means possible, and vis possibly. Right? It becomes an adverb. Like naturligvis, naturally, of course. Uheldigvis, unfortunately, and so on. Muligvis, possibly, maybe, as a rough translation. Gå videre. We're moving on. Så er classic. Hvor ser du dig selv om 5 år? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Jeg ser mig selv her hos jer i en stilling, hvor jeg har indflydelse. Indflydelse, that is the key word here, ikke? Influence. I see myself here with you in a position where I have influence. So, yeah, not so much to say other than this yeah is of course you, but you in a plural. Like, not like one person like, I want to be here with you. Like, no, we're not talking about that. It is you as you people, like this organization, this company. Her hos jer. Stilling is position. Yeah, position. Okay. Okay, så du er også ambitiøs. Okay, so you're ambitious too. Ja, det har jeg altid været. Yes, I've always been. Nice. Very straightforward. Hvordan har du det med lange arbejdsdage? How do you feel about long working days? Yeah, so there's something here I need to comment on. Hvordan har du det med lange arbejdsdage? Hvordan har du det is basically how do you feel, right? Some of you, if you were to say this in Danish, if you're translating from English to Danish, you might be tempted to say, hvad føler du? Like, what do you feel? But that would be unnatural, like if you're talking about the way you feel about something. Then you would generally say, hvordan har du det med? Right? Hvordan har du det med, in this case, lange arbejdsdage? Hvordan har du det med stærk mad, spicy food, alkohol? Hvordan har du det med kæledyr, pets, whatever it is, right? Hvordan har du det med something? Jeg har det fint med dem, så længe der er balance. I'm okay with them, as long as there's a balance. Ja. Hvad er balance for dig? What is balance to you? Yeah, so this is just a quick little note, because many learners, they make this mistake where they say, til mig, and like, in my opinion, in my perspective, then they'll say that in Danish, because in English you say, oh, to me, this is what it is, but you gotta say, for mig, og for dig. Jamen, for mig er det vigtigt, at to me it's important that, eller sådan er det for mig, that's how it is for me. I hear this mistake every single week. And it's okay to make mistakes, but now I'm sort of telling you in advance that it's for and not til in this case, because it's personal experience. Hvad er balance for dig? Nice. Det er, at jeg også har tid til familien. That is having time for my family as well. It is that I also have time. At jeg også har tid. Nice. Moving on. Arbejder du bedst alene eller sammen med andre? Do you work best alone or with others? Yeah, there's not so much to say, it's kind of easy. Jeg kan sagtens arbejde alene, men jeg er bedst sammen med andre. I can work alone, but I'm at my best with others. So this sagtens, it's very common, and I didn't put the translation in here because it roughly translates to easily, but not easily like, oh yeah, super duper easy, like didn't take any effort. More like without a problem, right? Like surely, like no worries, I can do that. Sagtens. Sometimes people will actually respond this way. They'll be like, sagtens. They're not even going to say a full sentence. You know, that's real life, not textbook, but real life. Sagtens. So yeah, that's what it is, right? If you hear someone saying that, that's what it means. Okay. Hvad er din største styrke? Okay, what is your biggest strength? Yeah, styrke is strength, right? Both as a single strength, like talent, strong side, but also as like measuring strength, right? When you're lifting weights or something like that. Yeah, lydstyrke is volume, although nowadays in Denmark we tend to say volume or volume. But the original Danish word for the sound volume is lydstyrke. It's just a little bonus info. Det at jeg meget løsningsorienteret. It is that I'm very solution oriented. Okay, so this is a pretty long word, løsningsorienteret, and it's once again a proof of, an example of how Danish people, we just love to have long compound words, right? And maybe it's annoying, maybe you love it, but it is what it is. Løsningsorienteret. And as a little bonus info, this orienteret, you can put venstre, left, or højre, right in front of it, and then is your political leaning. Right? Venstreorienteret, left leaning, højreorienteret, right leaning. That's generally how you say it in Danish, instead of having a noun like lefty or right winger. It's a different approach than you do in English. Meget løsningsorienteret. Nice. Okay, så har vi den her. Så hvis der dukker et problem op, så løser du det. So if a problem appears, then you'll solve it. This is good stuff. Dukke op. I focus on this. Dukke op. Now, dukker, it can mean different things. Dukker, because this is, the present tense, could also be dolls, in D-O-L-L-S. En dukke, a doll, could also be to duck, like put your head down. But at dukke op is basically to show up or to appear. Appear being more accurate translation. Der dukkede noget op. Problemet dukkede op. It sort of presented itself. Så løser du det. Then you'll solve it. Yeah, before we had løsning, that is solution, and løser is to solve. Right? This is løser because it's the present tense. Okay. Ja, min hjerne går i gang med at udtænke en løsning med det samme. Yes, my brain starts devising a solution right away. Okay, this is kind of long, so let's take a look. Går i gang med is basically like starts doing, gets down to it, or initiates. Right? I kind of said it at the beginning of this video. I said, lad os gå i gang. Let's get started. Let's do this. Gå i gang. Yeah, it's the present tense. Min hjerne går i gang. My brain starts doing something. Udtænke, that is devising, like thinking out. Løsning, again, solution. Med det samme. Med det samme means immediately or right away. Med det samme. Sometimes people will say this with authority, like, come here med det samme. Stop med det samme. Right? Now I'm being a bit of a caricature here to make a point. But yeah, it is sometimes used to express urgency or something important. Med det samme, right away. Yeah, cool. Nå, skal vi se det her. Den næste. Og hvis du nu skal være ærlig, hvad er din største svaghed så? And if you have to be totally honest, then what is your biggest weakness? And if I'm gonna be honest, like if I, Thomas, have to be honest, I would probably put helt in here. It's a little more natural. Hvis du nu skal være helt ærlig, totally honest. So ærlig is honest. Right? This is very useful because people say it also as a statement. Hvis jeg skal være helt ærlig, if I have to be completely honest, altså helt ærlig. Right? And then is a question here. Hvad er din største svaghed? And this so is like then. I realize that is unnatural in English, and that is why I have it marked like this. Right? But in Danish is quite normal. Hvad er din største svaghed så? Nice. Det er måske, at jeg nogle gange presser mig selv for meget. It is that maybe I sometimes push myself too much. It's a long sentence, but it's kind of easy if you just look at it word by word. Nogle gange sometimes presser mig selv, push myself. Right? Presse is push. Yeah, I was talking to a student about this the other day. In Danish we have 2 words for pushing at least. Actually we have 3 actually. But like 2 main verbs. This is just one of them. The other one is skubbe. S-K-U-B-B-E. Skubbe. Anyway, I'll talk more about that some other time. Vi går videre. We're moving on. Okay, what is this? Synes du, at du er en god kollega? Do you think that you're a good colleague? Yeah, pretty straightforward. Ja, jeg synes, jeg bidrager til et godt arbejdsmiljø. Yes, I think I contribute to a good work environment. And there it is again. Bidrager, like I said before. Contribute. Jeg bidrager til et godt arbejdsmiljø. Very nice. Okay. Hvordan håndterer du det, når en kollega ikke gør det, de skal? How do you handle it when a colleague doesn't do what they're supposed to? So, håndtere. Håndtere means handle. Right? Hånd is also hand, so it's kind of easy to guess. Håndtere, handle. Når en kollega ikke gør det, de skal. Skal is of course shall, have to, must, or supposed to. Det de skal, what they're supposed to do, what they have to do. Tja, jeg er ikke deres chef, så jeg vil ikke irettesætte dem. Well, I am not their boss, so I won't reprimand them. So this tja, I could have put a few more A's because it's sort of a filler word like like no. Tja is the well when you're thinking like cha, cho, cha. Some people say cho, cha. But you gotta say it slowly or like drawn out. If you say cha, it sounds like you're trying to speak Russian or something. I mean, I don't know, but that's what it sounds like to me. So yeah, you gotta say it right. Cha. Nah. Jeg er ikke deres chef, så jeg vil ikke irettesætte dem. Yeah, irettesætte is basically reprimand, but you could also say sort of correct, like put them in their place. Not in a dominant way necessarily, but sort of, yo, this is what you gotta do. This is the right thing, Because rette is like right, so sætte, like put them in the right place. Tell them what to do. Okay, very nice. Næste. Okay. Hvad er du vant til at tjene om måneden? What are you used to earning per month? So, vant til is used to. What you're accustomed to. What is normal for you. Jeg er vant til at I'm used to something. Om det er vant til. I'm used to that. And it's important that you don't put a D. I don't know if anybody would make this mistake, but I have a feeling they would, because some Danish people do. It's kind of cringe, but yeah, I think so. Vent, no T, no D, just T. Hvad er du vant til? What are you used to? Tjene is of course earn, but it also means to serve. It's actually more than one meaning. Ja, det må vel nok være en 25-30.000. There must be something like 25-30,000. Right? Now we're speaking kroner here, but whatever currency you want to imagine. I don't really care. It doesn't matter for learning purposes. This vel is like I guess or I suppose. Right? Vel. Det må vel være, I suppose it's something like, so like he's not super sure because he just can't remember, but he's like guessing a rough estimate. Det må vel nok være, right? Something like that. And the way I wrote this conversation was to sort of emulate how you talk in real life. Because if you're reading a textbook or if you're watching, well, let's be honest, a lot of videos, not mine, but a lot of other videos, they will try to teach you Danish that is very textbook, very like super polite or overly formal, or like very information dense. And that's okay, but the problem is it doesn't really give an accurate image of how we talk in real life. Det må vel nok være, it's pretty much how we talk in real life. So yeah, it's important to pay attention to that. Regner du med at tjene det samme her? Do you expect to make the same amount here? Now I didn't put amount in Danish. I think that would be beløb. B-E-L-Ø/B. B-E-L-Ø-B. But we get the point. We know we're talking about money, so you don't have to say that. Regner du med is basically, are you expecting? Like, yes, regne also means rain, and it also means to calculate. Den regner jeg lige ud, ikke? I'll calculate that, I'll figure it out. So yeah, regne can mean like 3 or 4 different things. But that's cool, because then when you get better, you have wordplays, and you can have fun, you can play around with the language. Good stuff. Regner du med at tjene det samme her? Alright. Måske ikke med det samme, men jeg vil gøre mit bedste for at fortjene det. Maybe not right away, but I will do my best to earn or deserve it. So again, med det samme, right away, immediately. The other interesting part, at fortjene. Fortjene is to earn or deserve. The reason I wrote deserve is so that you don't confuse fortjene with tjene. So tjene is like earning money, making money, or to serve someone. Like in tjener, waiter or waitress, it's the same. Stuff like that. Tjene is to favor. You get the point. But fortjene is to deserve. Like you build up enough karma. I mean, you know what deserve means, so I'm explaining that. So yeah, there's a difference between fortjene and tjene. Alright, very nice. Moving on. Vil du selv mene, at du er en effektiv medarbejder? Do you yourself think that you are an effective employee? Right? Vil du selv mene is sort of like, what is your own assessment? What is your opinion? Effektiv medarbejder. Det vil jeg. Jeg gør ikke noget halvt. I am, I will, I don't do anything half-hearted. Like half-heartedly. So yeah, this will is because of this will. Right? Det vil jeg. Vil du selv mene? Ja, det vil jeg. Det vil jeg mene. Right? Jeg gør ikke noget halvt. Half. Yeah, you could also say halvhjertet, like half-hearted. That is a thing. But yeah, I know in English you can also say half-assed, but you can't say that in Danish, like halvrøv, halv. I mean, good luck with that. That's gonna get you some funny reactions. Halvrøv. No, you don't say that. Ikke? Halvt or halvhjertet. Those are your options. Alright, cool. Umiddelbart lyder det jo alt sammen meget godt. Well, it all sounds very good. Now, the interesting word here, I think, to a lot of you is umiddelbart. And umiddelbart means sort of at first glance, or sort of looking at the surface, right? Or by the looks of it. So it's something someone might say when they need to think a little bit more, or they need to dig deeper, or something like that. Yeah, that's a time to use umiddelbart. If someone is really, really sure, like, oh yeah, for sure, no doubt, I don't need to think, they wouldn't say this. But this is a job interview, so he's like, playing it cool, being a little bit reserved. He's not gonna tell his decision right away. So therefore it makes sense to say something like umiddelbart. Altså umiddelbart, yeah. Right? Good stuff indeed. And then, det er jeg glad for at høre. I am happy to hear that. Pretty straightforward. Nothing to say there, really. Ja, noget vi sætter meget pris på her hos os er pålidelige medarbejdere. Oh, that's a long one. Yes, something we really appreciate here are reliable employees. At sætte pris på. Now, I have used this word a lot probably more than the average Dane, but we all have our preferences. At sætte pris på is to appreciate, right? Which is funny because it's kind of like if you do a direct translation, is to put a price on, but you can't put a price on something you really appreciate. But anyway, at sætte pris på, to appreciate. At pålidelig, pålidelig is reliable, right? Pålidelig, medarbejdere, employees. Ja, det er sådan, det skal være. Yes, that's how it's supposed to be. This one you're going to hear in many different contexts. Right? Now here he's probably, trying to agree with this potential future boss. So he's like, yeah, of course, I agree. That's how it's supposed to be. But it could also be a different context. It could also be someone like, det er sådan, det skal være. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Kind of like that. So yeah, it could be in many, many different contexts. Sådan. I think all of you, most of you, you already know sådan. Sådan is like, that's it. That's right, that's the way. And so on. Alright, cool. Kvalitet er en høj prioritet her. Det går vi meget op i. Quality is a high priority here. We care a lot about that. So kvalitet is of course quality. Easy peasy. Høj prioritet, high priority. One word. Right? And it's important that you put the stress on høj. Don't say like høj prioritet, right? Like that would be weird. Some people do that because they're like insecure how to pronounce it, so the tone goes up. But don't do that if you can avoid it. Høj prioritet. That's how it is. Det går vi meget op i. At gå op i, I've talked about this before, but I'm okay to do that again. At gå op i is to care about something, but not caring like, oh, I really care about you, but more like caring with attention and detail, like you're being meticulous about something, or you're putting in effort. That's what I'm talking about. Jeg går meget op i blah blah blah. Ikke? Jeg går meget op i grammatik. I care a lot about grammar. What a shocker. I'm a teacher. Ikke? Jeg går meget op i hygiene. Care a lot about hygiene. Hun går meget op i ærlighed. She cares a lot about honesty, and so on and so on. So basically, the values and priorities, right? And all that stuff. At gå op i. Very nice. Let's see. Hvad har vi her? Der kunne jeg ikke være mere enig. I couldn't agree more there. And because there. Yeah. Der kunne jeg ikke være mere enig. Super. Nice. Okay, the last one here. Du skal have tak for, du ville komme. Thank you for coming. This is kind of formal. Right? Du skal have tak for, du ville komme, og tak fordi. It kind of slipped out there, but that's because you can say both. Tak for, tak fordi. They both work. Yeah, you wouldn't say this to a good friend. I mean, you can as a joke, but it's not natural. Like, du skal have tak fordi, du ville komme. This is a job interview. So that's why we're saying it this way. Tak fordi jeg måtte komme. Jeg glæder mig til at høre fra jer. Thank you for letting me come. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So yeah, måtte is I could. And thank you. You cannot do a direct translation to English. That would be weird. But essentially, thank you for allowing me to come. Right? Jeg glæder mig til. I'm looking forward to. At høre fra jer, from you. Again, yeah, meaning you in the plural. You guys. It's annoying you don't have that in English. I mean, like use, y'all, you guys, but it doesn't sound as good. Yeah, Danish is just awesome like that. Alright. Du hører fra os. Ha' en god dag. You'll hear from us. Have a good day. And yeah, nothing to say there really. Tak for det. I lige måde. Thank you, you too, or likewise, if I want to do a very accurate and 100% translation. Yeah, tak for det, i lige måde. Right? So that was pretty cool. But you know what, guys, I think this time I'm actually going to read the whole thing once more, and fairly fast, let's see. And then, yeah, let's see how much you can get. Let's get in character. Alright, Mr. Job Interview. Here we are. Ja, værsgo at sætte dig. Bare til plads. Mange tak skal du have. Ja, vi har jo læst din ansøgning. Okay? Det ser rigtig fint ud. Du har meget erfaring. Ja, det er helt bestemt. Så du mener, at du er den bedste til jobbet? Ja, det mener jeg. Jeg har meget at bidrage med. Okay, fortsæt du bare. Jeg har arbejdet mange år inden for den her branche. Okay, ja. Min tidligere chefer har været meget glade for mig. Hvorfor er det lige netop her, du gerne vil arbejde nu? Jamen det er det, fordi det her virker som en spændende arbejdsplads. Okay? Ja, jeg forestiller mig, at jeg vil passe godt ind her. Hvorfor sagde du dit forrige job op? Det gjorde jeg, fordi det ikke var udfordrende nok. Var du overkvalificeret til det arbejde? Det var jeg muligvis, men det vil ikke være her. Hvor ser du dig selv om 5 år? Jeg ser mig selv her hos jer, i en stilling, hvor jeg har indflydelse. Okay, så er du også ambitiøs? Ja, det har jeg altid været. Hvordan har du det med lange arbejdsdage? Jeg har det fint med dem, så længe der er balance. Hvad er balance for dig? Det er, at jeg også har tid til familien. Arbejder du bedst alene eller sammen med andre? Jeg kan sagtens arbejde alene, men jeg er bedst sammen med andre. Okay, hvad er din største styrke? Det er, at jeg er meget løsningsorienteret. Så hvis der dukker et problem op, så løser du det. Ja, min hjerne går i gang med at udtænke en løsning med det samme. Og hvis du nu skal være ærlig, hvad er din største svaghed så? Det er måske, at jeg nogle gange presser mig selv for meget. Synes du, at du er en god kollega? Ja, jeg synes, jeg bidrager til et godt arbejdsmiljø. Hvordan håndterer du det, når en kollega ikke gør det, de skal? Tja, jeg er ikke der chef, så jeg vil ikke irettesætte dem. Hvad er du vant til at tjene om måneden? Det må nok være en 25-30.000. Regner du med at tjene det samme her? Måske ikke med det samme, men jeg vil gøre mit bedste for at fortjene det. Vil du selv mene, at du er en effektiv medarbejder? Ja, det vil jeg. Jeg gør ikke noget halvt. Umiddelbart lyder det jo alt sammen meget godt. Det er jeg glad for at høre. Ja, noget vi sætter meget pris på her hos os er pålidelige medarbejdere. Ja, det er sådan det skal være. Kvalitet er en høj prioritet her. Det går vi meget op i. Ja, der kunne jeg ikke være mere enig. Du skal have tak for at du vil komme. Tak fordi jeg måtte komme. Jeg glæder mig til at høre fra jer. Du hører fra os. Ha' en god dag. Tak for det i lige måde. Alright, so that was pretty fast. Now, sometimes I speed it up even more than you would in real life, simply to give you a challenge. Alright? Så er det endelig sommer. Den har jeg ventet længe på. Det er varmt, det er dejligt, og jeg har fri. Det bliver næsten ikke bedre, gør det. Sommeren er bare det, vi går og venter på. Jeg smiler, du smiler, alle smiler. Man kan sidde i solen og drikke en kold øl. Eller man kan tage en tur på stranden og hygge sig der. Du kan danse rundt i shorts og bare tæer. Der er mange ting, man kan om sommeren. Især når solen skinner, ja, så er det bare perfekt. Når sommeren kommer til Danmark, er alle glade. Vinteren var lang, og foråret var ikke optimalt. Så når den bedste årstid kommer, skal man udenfor. Man skal ud, hvor man kan nyde den friske luft. Nyde naturen, fuglene, der synger, folk, der er glade. I går spiste jeg en is. Den smagte dejligt. I forgårs sad min ven og jeg og spiste aftensmad på terrassen. Vejret er mildt. Man kan være mere udenfor. Solen går meget sent ned om sommeren, og den står tidligt op igen, før de fleste af os vågner. Sommeren har lange dage og korte nætter. De længste sommerdage varer mere end 17 timer i Danmark. Det er skønt, det er bare super. Jeg elsker det. Man kan høre fuglene kvidre allerede ved 3-4-tiden. Det er smukt, nærmest poetisk, hvis jeg skal være helt ærlig. Hvad kan du bedst lide ved sommeren? er det varmen, sommerferien, grillmaden, måske er det Sankt Hans, en hyggelig lille tradition. Det er også dejligt at have en lang ferie. Det er noget, som vi alle fortjener. Det er godt at slappe af. Slap af, glem dine problemer, hyg dig, nyd solen. Du kan tage på en ferie til et andet land. Nogle rejser til eksotiske destinationer, og der oplever de ting, som de aldrig vil glemme. Oplevelser for livet, uforglemmelige minder. Det er dejligt at ligge på stranden og slikke sol. Børnene leger og bygger sandslotte. Folk bader og hygger sig i vandet. Det er befriende og dejligt. Det føles naturligt og sundt. Så længe man husker solcremen, den er vigtig. Det er ikke ualmindeligt at blive solbrændt. Man kan også iføre sig de fedeste solbriller. Så ligner du lige pludselig en hemmelig agent. Altså hvis agenten var på ferie. Alt er godt, så længe solen er her. Der er mange vidunderlige ting ved sommeren. Den varer ikke længe i et land som Danmark. Men det er også derfor, vi sætter så meget pris på den. Måske tager man den for givet, hvis man selv er fra et varmt land. Men det gør vi ikke i Danmark. Alright, so that was nice. Now I'm gonna go back and then read it once more, but slower. Så er det endelig sommer. Den har jeg ventet længe på. It's finally summer. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Could also say I've been waiting for that, den, that, or it. Det er varmt. Det er dejligt. Og jeg har fri. It's warm, it's nice, and I'm off. As in having time off, vacation, weekend, that type of stuff. This might be funny to some learners that we say, jeg har fri, like I have free. But that's what we say. If you have time off, you just say, jeg har fri. Easy peasy. Det bliver næsten ikke bedre. Gør det. It almost doesn't get any better, does it? Sommeren er bare det, vi går og venter på. The summer is just the thing we're waiting for. Jeg smiler, du smiler, alle smiler. I'm smiling, you're smiling, everybody is smiling. Okay, næste. Man kan sidde i solen og drikke en kold øl. You can sit in the sun and drink a cold beer. Eller man kan tage en tur på stranden og hygge sig der. Or you can take a trip to the beach and enjoy yourself there. Alright? So, tour means trip. Kind of like in English, concert tour. That's how you use it. Tour. Although in Danish that is turné. But tour can also mean turn. Like det er min tur, it's my turn. So yeah, there's more than one meaning. A tan tour is to take a trip. Du kan danse rundt i shorts og bare tær. You can dance around in shorts and bare toes feet. Okay? So yeah, tær, it means toes, but I know in English you would say bare feet. So I added that here as well. Of course, if you want to say feet in Danish, that is fødder. F-Ø-D-D-E-R. F-Ø-D-D-E-R. Fødder. That's how it is. Der er mange ting, man kan om sommeren. There are many things you can do in the summer. Især når solen skinner, ja, så er det bare perfekt. Especially when the sun is shining. Well, then it's just perfect. Although maybe it would be more accurate to say yes or yeah, then it's just perfect. Okay, fantastisk. Den, når sommeren kommer til Danmark, er alle glade. When summer comes to Denmark, everyone is happy. Yeah, so there's a little inversion here, ikke? Er alle glade. Very nice. Okay. Vinteren var lang, og foråret var ikke optimalt. The winter was long and the spring was not ideal or optimal, right? It wasn't as good as it could have been. Notice that I keep saying sommeren, vinteren, foråret, like the summer, the winter, the spring. Where in English you can be a little more loose and you just say summer in general. But in Danish we tend to say like sommeren, ikke vinteren, foråret. It's the thing, it's the definitive. Because there's only really one per year anyway. Så når den bedste årstid kommer, skal man udenfor. So when the best season comes, you have to go outside. Yeah, årstid is season, one of the 4 seasons. Not seasons for sports or for television shows, but just for one of the 4 seasons, the weather. Årstid. Årstid. Skal man udenfor. Notice that there is no verb here other than skal. And so have to is of course skal. You might expect something like go, eller rejse, travel, some other action or moving verb. But that's not really necessary. We get it from the context. Man skal ud, you gotta go out. Or with inversion, skal man ud, skal man udenfor. It's that nice. Man skal ud, hvor man kan nyde den friske luft. You have to go out where you can enjoy the fresh air. Yeah, very simple. Nyde naturen, fuglene der synger, folk der er glade. Enjoy nature, birds that sing, people that are happy. I går spiste jeg en is. Den smagte dejligt. Yesterday I ate an ice cream. Tasted lovely. I forgårs sad min ven og jeg og spiste aftensmad på terrassen. The day before yesterday, my friend and I were eating dinner on the terrace or porch. So yeah, forgårs is 2 days ago, the day before yesterday. I går, yesterday. I forgårs, the day before yesterday. That's how it is. Vejret er mildt. Man kan være mere udenfor. The weather is mild. You can be outside more, as in you can spend time outside. That's what it means. Man kan være mere udenfor. Solen går meget sent ned om sommeren. The sun sets very late in the summer. So in Danish we just say solen går ned, and the sun goes down, it sets. Yeah, solopgang is sunrise, solnedgang is sunsetting, solopgang, solnedgang, solopgang, solnedgang, like that. So the sun sets very late in the summer. Og den står tidligt op igen, før de fleste af os vågner. Sommeren har lange dage og korte nætter. Summer has long days and short nights. Yeah. Lange dage og korte nætter. De længste sommerdage varer mere end 17 timer i Danmark. The longest summer days last more than 17 hours in Denmark. Okay. Så vare, this is the verb vare, last. And of course it's the present tense. If it's the infinitive, it's at vare, V-A-R-E. But this is present, so it's V-A-R-E-R. And yeah, that's how you say last, like how the longevity of something, for how long it's going on. Nice. Det er skønt. Det er bare super. Jeg elsker det. It's lovely. It's just super. I love it. Yes, so in Denmark, we really like to say that word, super. It's from English, but we say it a lot. Det er super. Ja, det er super. Det er bare fint. Man kan høre fuglene kvidre allerede ved 3-4-tiden. You can hear the birds chirping as early as 3 or 4 o'clock. Yeah, kvidder could also be like tweeting the dog way. The dog, the bird way. So allerede, ikke? Already. Allerede ved, already around or at 3-4-tiden. 3-4, but I say it fast, so it becomes like 3-4-tiden. Like around that time. Very nice. Det er smukt, nærmest poetisk, hvis jeg skal være helt ærlig. It's beautiful, almost poetic, if I have to be completely honest. Hvad kan du bedst lide ved sommeren? What do you like the best about summer? Er det varmen, sommerferien, grillmaden? Is it the heat or warmth, the summer holidays, vacation, the barbecue? Yeah, maybe I should say barbecue food, right? But yeah, grille is the barbecue, like grilling. So yeah, that's what we say in Danish when we're doing the barbecue thing. Vi griller. Det er grillvejr, and it's barbecue weather, something like that. Vi skal grille, det er godt vejr, så vi skal grille. It's good weather, so we can have barbecue. That's essentially what it is. Grille. Måske er det Sankt Hans, en hyggelig lille tradition. Maybe it's Saint Hans or Hans, a cozy little tradition. Sankt Hans, if you live in Denmark, you know what it is. It's basically our midnight festival or celebration, right? You have the witch on the bonfire, and then you burn it. It's kind of brutal, but yeah, it's a tradition. This year, I don't think we did it because there was a drought. It was very dry in Denmark, but otherwise we would do it. Sankt Hans. I think it's June 24th or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Det er også dejligt at have en lang ferie. It's also nice to have a long vacation. Det er noget, som vi alle fortjener. Det er godt at slappe af. It is something that we all deserve. It's good to relax. Slap af. Glem dine problemer. Hyg dig. Nyd solen. Relax. Forget your problems. Enjoy yourself. Chill. Enjoy the sun. Du kan tage på en ferie til et andet land. You can go on a holiday to another country. Nogle rejser til eksotiske destinationer. Some travel to exotic destinations. Og der oplever de ting, som de aldrig vil glemme. And there they experience things that they will never forget. Oplevelser for livet. Uforglemmelige minder. Experiences for life or of a lifetime. Unforgettable memories. So this is a good word. It's a little bit advanced maybe for some of you, but uforglemmelig is unforgettable. Yeah, uforglemmelige minder. Unforgettable memories. Very nice. Det er dejligt at ligge på stranden og slikke sol. It's nice to lie on the beach and soak up the sun. So I always found this kind of funny. At slikke sol. Slikke means to lick. Like candy, lollipop, whatever. So you are licking the sun. Yeah, it is what it is. At ligge på stranden og slikke sol. Børnene leger og bygger sandslotte. The kids play and build sandcastles. Yeah. Folk bader og hygger sig i vandet. People bathe and enjoy themselves in the water. That's how it is. Det er befriende og dejligt. Det føles naturligt og sundt. It's liberating and lovely. It feels natural and healthy. So befriende, that's a good word. Befriende, liberating or freeing, like something that frees you. Befriende, because free is free, like you have liberty. Det er befriende. Så længe man husker solcremen, den er vigtig. As long as you remember the sunscreen, it is important. Så længe man husker solcremen. Det er ikke ualmindeligt at blive solbrændt. It's not uncommon to get sunburned. Ja, ualmindeligt, uncommon. Det er ikke ualmindeligt, it's a common thing. Man kan også iføre sig de fedeste solbriller. You can also wear or put on the coolest sunglasses. The reason why there are two translations here is basically because iføre sig is more focused on you putting it on rather than you wearing it. If you see someone wearing sunglasses, you wouldn't say, oh, han ifører sig. You can say, han er iført. He's sort of draped in. But yeah, this is more focused on when you're putting it on. At iføre sig. Så ligner du lige pludselig en hemmelig agent. Then you suddenly look like a secret agent. Altså, hvis agenten var på ferie. That is, if the agent was on vacation. Alt er godt, så længe solen er her. All is well, as long as the sun is here. Der er mange vidunderlige ting ved sommeren. There are many wonderful things about summer. Den varer ikke længe i et land som Danmark. It doesn't last long in a country like Denmark. Men det er også derfor, vi sætter så meget pris på den. But that is also why we appreciate it so much. So at sætte pris på is to appreciate. Right? Like there's a price on it. At sætte pris på. Måske tager man den for givet, hvis man selv er fra et varmt land. Maybe you take it for granted if you are from a warm country yourself. Although most of the time we would pronounce it måske tager man, not tager. But you know, some people say tager if they speak very slowly. Måske tager man den for givet. So at tage noget for givet is to take something for granted. Like it's kind of self-explanatory, but anyway, givet, like it's been given to you, it's been handed. Therefore you're like, oh well, whatever, it's always here. Don't take it for granted and not appreciate it. At tage noget for givet, to take something for granted. For granted. Men det gør vi ikke i Danmark. But we don't do that in Denmark. And that's it. It's very simple. So that was a little bit about summer. Hey man, hvad er det, du sidder og laver? Jeg sidder og tjekker min bankkonto. Nå okay, jamen hvor mange penge har du så? Det kommer da ikke dig ved. Fair nok, jeg spurgte også bare. Og ifølge banken, så skylder jeg faktisk nogle penge. Det lyder ikke så fedt. Hader at skylde penge. Det gør jeg også. Jeg ringer til dem lidt senere. Ja, det er nok en god idé. Var der ikke noget med, at du havde investeret i... Jo, jeg investerede i nogle aktier for et par år siden. Og jeg kan så regne ud, at de gav et fint afkast. Ja, det gjorde de. Nu er jeg ikke rig, men jeg har det godt. Hvordan er din bankrådgiver? Han er meget flink, og han virker som en ærlig type. Ja, eller også er han bare glad for dine penge. Ja, det er han nok, men det er jo hans job. Og jeg kan godt huske dengang du var på kontanthjælp. Det kan jeg også. Det var ikke så sjovt. Ej, du skulle hele tiden spare. Ja, jeg havde ikke råd til så meget dengang. Ens privatøkonomi skal altså bare være i orden. Ja, det skal den. For hvis ikke den er, så får man stress. Og hvis man ikke betaler til tiden, så får man tilsendt en rykker. Slet ikke fedt. Min ekskæreste brugte penge på de mærkeligste ting. Okay, som hvad for eksempel? Jamen, hun købte for eksempel en kinesisk vase. Det er der ikke noget galt i. Jo, for den var lavet af plastik, så... Okay, jeg håber ikke, den var alt for dyr. Hun gav 900 kroner for den. Okay, det kan man vist kalde en dyr lærestreg. Men altså, jeg bruger også penge på unødvendige ting. Som for eksempel sko. Du har jo mere end 10 par. Det har jeg. Det er bare svært at lade være, ikke? Hvad er det, der er så svært? Jamen, du ved, når man står der i butikken, ikke? Og man ser noget, som man bare skal have. Så bliver man lidt impulsiv og gør noget dumt. Men det går nok. Og forresten har jeg lige købt en ny pung. Okay, hvilken farve har den? Den er brun og gul og sort. Sådan, og der er plads til både kontanter og kort i den. Ja, selvfølgelig er der det. Men ikke mønter. Hvorfor ikke det? Fordi jeg hader mønter. De er så irriterende. De fylder i hvert fald en del. Det er helt sikkert. Det gør de. MobilePay er bare bedst. Det må jeg indrømme. Det er en god app. Det er meget sjældent, at jeg bruger kontanter. Jeg forstår. Jeg bruger næsten altid mit kort. Har du nogensinde glemt din kode? En gang eller to måske. Ja, det sker ikke så tit. Men det var godt. Ja, jeg glemmer tit min. Ikke så fedt alligevel. Så må du hellere skrive den ned. Nå, skulle du ikke ringe til banken? Jo, det må jeg hellere få gjort. Ja, det er bedst, hvis ikke du skal betale renter. Bare rolig. Renter er noget, jeg får. Ikke noget, jeg betaler. Nice. Alright, so then we go back and then we read it again. It's a little bit fast the first time, and that is very much on purpose. Because if you're living in Denmark, you will hear fast Danish, and that is how it is in real life. So let's see what we got here. Alright. Hey mand, hvad er det, du sidder og laver? Hey man, what are you doing? And this sidder is literally sitting. But I didn't translate that because we're not focused on the sitting. We're focused on the fact that it's happening right now, right? So it's basically the present continuous saying doing, having, whatever. Jeg sidder og tjekker min bankkonto. I'm checking my bank account. Okay. Nå, okay. Hvor mange penge har du så? Well, okay. So how much money do you have? Yeah, penge is an interesting word. The grammar of it, because we don't say en penge, and like mange is for countable. So you would be like, oh, en penge, but we don't say that. But you also don't say meget penge. That's weird. I think it's mange penge. Hvor mange penge har du så? And then he says, det kommer da ikke dig ved. That is none of your business. And this is just one way. There are many ways of saying this in Danish. as something is not someone else's business. This is the nicest way. I can think of 2 or 3 other ways that are significantly ruder and stronger. So yeah. Det kommer da ikke dig ved. Yeah, you could take the da out. The da is just to emphasize. Like really, like seriously. None of your business. Okay. Fair nok. Jeg spurgte også bare. Fair enough. I was just asking. Ifølge banken, så skylder jeg faktisk nogle penge. Nogle penge. But in real life, we almost never say nogle, so nogen is fine. Så skylder jeg faktisk nogle penge. According to the bank, I actually owe some money. Skylder, that is what skylde to owe. Ifølge, that is according to. This is very useful in many different contexts, right? Ifølge, according to someone or something. Alright. Det lyder ikke så fedt. Hader at skylde penge. That doesn't sound so cool or great. Hate owing money. Like, so fit can mean a couple of things. First of all, fat, like in food or in your body. But it's also like cool, great, awesome, stuff like that. So this is kind of a youthful way of saying it. Like, you're not gonna hear someone who's 60 say this, like, oh, det lyder ikke så fedt. This is, yeah, it's something that typically younger people would say. Yeah, but you'll still hear it some, maybe over 40, but 60, no, I don't think so. Hader at skylde penge. So yeah, you may have noticed that there's no jeg, and like jeg hader, I hate, because it's conversation. This is not textbook, so this is more natural Danish. Like when people talk, we already know who it's about, and it's about their own perspective. Then we might say, elsker det, hader det, synes ikke, don't think, la la la. Because we're natives, and we get it from the context. So yeah. Det gør jeg også. Jeg ringer til dem lidt senere. I do too. I'll call them a little later. Straightforward. Ja, det er nok en god idé. Yes, that's probably a good idea. Var der ikke noget med, at du havde investeret i? Wasn't there something about you having invested in? This one is a little tricky. It's a little tricky, but also interesting. Var der ikke noget med is literally, wasn't there something about, like I heard something according to someone, maybe rumor, gossip, or something you heard before, and then you want it confirmed. Var der ikke noget med, could also be about a third person or an event, right? Var der ikke noget med, this is very native. If you can use this little construction here, this little constellation, it's gonna sound very good, assuming your grammar is correct, of course. Var der ikke noget med something, ikke? The thing you wanted, you want to have confirmed. Var der ikke noget med, at du havde investeret i something? Jo, jeg investerede i nogle aktier for et par år siden. Yeah, I invested in some stocks a few years ago. So invested of course. Aktier, that's stocks. As in stock exchange, like not other kind of stocks, whatever you might be thinking of. Aktier. Og jeg kan så regne ud, at de gav et fint afkast. And I can calculate or figure out that they gave a nice return. Yeah, so regne ud is, yeah, it's both calculate and figure out. Regne is also to rain, or regne med noget, regne med nogen is to count on someone. So there are many meanings. But here it's like he's doing the math himself, and he's like, oh yeah, I think you have a lot of money now. So he's kind of putting 2 and 2 together. Jeg kan så regne ud, and he figured it out. De gav et fint afkast. Cast on its own, ignore this AF. Cast is a throw. Kaste. So it's like the money, something came from the money, like it threw something. Yeah, maybe it's weird, but just picture it, like it came off of that. Afkast. Super. Den næste. Det gjorde de. Nu er jeg, ja, ikke rig, men jeg har det godt. They did. Now I'm, yeah, not rich, but I'm good. So it's pretty simple. Det gjorde de, they did. Not a whole lot to explain here. Basically, jeg har det godt is I'm good, as in I'm doing good, I'm doing well. Like in life, here it's financially. Could be many other contexts. Could be your friend, and you know them well, and you're like, hvordan har du det? Jeg har det godt. Nå, du har det godt. Det er godt at høre. Yeah. It's a little bit different from hvordan går det. Hvordan går det is the standard, like how's it going? And it's fine, you know, it's the one you say when you see someone. But when you're a little more curious, like you want a maybe deeper answer, then you can say, hvordan har du det? Maybe someone has just been divorced or whatever, and you're having a heart-to-heart talk, then it would make more sense to say that. Hvordan har du det? Jeg har det godt. Jeg har det ikke så godt. Jeg har det af helvedes til, ikke? Or whatever the response is. Så ja. Hvordan er din bankrådgiver? What is your bank advisor like? So yeah, rådgiver is advisor or counselor. Råd is, just looking at this, R-O-D. Råd means advice. So yeah, advice giver. Rådgiver, bankrådgiver. Hvordan er din bankrådgiver? Nice. Han er meget flink, og han virker som en ærlig type. He is very nice, and he seems like an honest guy or type. Yes, of course, in English it would be natural to say guy, not type, but type is type. I need to do a more direct translation. En ærlig type, type. Pronunciation matters, don't say type in Danish. And virker, I can virker som is like he seems, he comes off as he appears. This is the impression I'm getting. Virker som is very useful. Virker som blah blah blah. Whatever you want to say. Alright. Ja, eller også er han bare glad for dine penge. Yes, or he just likes your money. Yeah, when you look at this, it's funny. The Danish is very long, and then English is just like this. Right? But glad for, at være glad for, right? To take the infinitive is basically to like to be fond of. Right? It's a little more interesting. I could say han kan lide dine penge, eller han kan bare godt lide dine penge. It's glad for is a little stronger. It's like, oh yeah, I like that. I want to be near it. It could also be about a person. Right? Jeg er meget glad for ham, jeg er meget glad for hende, de er meget glade for os, etc., etc. Yeah, so glad for is a good way of saying that you like something. Beyond just saying, jeg kan lide, og jeg kan godt lide, because that is fine. You know, if you're a complete beginner, that's fine. But if you live in Denmark, and if you're moving up, you know, towards intermediate, you want to be able to branch out a little bit and say something like, oh, jeg er rigtig glad for whatever, ikke? Something. Eller også er han bare glad for dine penge. Okay, nice. Moving on. Ja, det er han nok, men det er jo hans job. He probably is, does, but that's his job. Well. Jeg kan godt huske dengang du var på kontanthjælp. I remember back when you were on welfare. Så dengang, ikke? Dengang is like way back when, ikke? Or back then, or back whenever, la la la, something was going on. Dengang, ikke? It's a long time ago. Dengang. And kontanthjælp is welfare. Now, I admit this translation is kind of vague, because welfare is just any kind of money you receive. But kontanthjælp is generally what you receive when you are unemployed. Now, there's also dagpenge, but dagpenge you have to be a medlem of A-kasse first. This is like a whole system. Kontanthjælp is the basic one that you get in Denmark when you're unemployed. And it used to be called something else. It used to be called bistandshjælp, I think, or just bistand. It was kontanthjælp. And now, it's been some time, it might have changed again. So it's something we're actually changing it as time goes on. But you can say kontanthjælp, and people will understand what it means. Because content is like cash, contenter, cash in plural. So that's how it is. Det kan jeg også. Det var ikke så sjovt. So can I, so do I. It wasn't much fun. Yeah, so this is a very Danish thing. When we have an experience that kind of sucks, that's annoying or tiring, you might hear us say, det var ikke sjovt, det var ikke så sjovt. And like, it wasn't fun, or it wasn't funny. And if you do a direct translation, like, yeah, of course it wasn't funny, like, what are you talking about? But it's just a Danish way of saying it wasn't great, it was annoying. Like, it's kind of like we're downplaying it. And, our culture is not over the top, like, oh, it was a disaster, ikke disaster is fatal. Or like, jeg bare sayaku, or like, it's the worst ever. Like I know in some cultures, it's very common to throw these big words around. In Denmark, we like to downplay it a little bit, and that's why we say something like, det er ikke så sjovt, or like, ikke så fedt, like before. Not so cool, not so great. Alright. Nej, du skulle hele tiden spare. No, you had to save all the time. Save as in save money. That's what it means. At spare penge, to save money. We also have that store called Spar. I think we still have it. I haven't seen it in a while, but I think we still have it. Spar. Right? Spar. Okay. Så har vi den her. Ja, jeg havde ikke råd til så meget dengang. Yeah, I couldn't afford that much back then. Have råd til, is to afford, to be able to afford. Råd. Dengang, back then. Ens privatøkonomi skal altså bare være i orden. One's personal finances just have to be in order. So, I should comment on this, I guess, because we say privatøkonomi, right? So, that is what you say about your own finances. But you don't say finance. We do have the word finance, but that's more like the business world for the most part. Or like when you're trading something at the bank, perhaps. But if you're like looking at your bank account, your budget, that type of stuff, bills, the word you use is økonomi, privat økonomi, because it's your own stuff. And we do also say like økonomi about the country's economy. But just be aware that you don't say, and be careful that you don't say finance about your own finances, because it's very weird in Danish. And incorrect. And i orden is like in order, and like you have to have it in the right place. It has to be in check. You have to have it down. How you want to say it? Det skal den, for hvis ikke den er, får man stress. It has to be, because if it isn't, you get stress. I guess in English you would say you get stressed. But in Danish you say just the noun, ikke man får stress, or with inversion, får man stress. Okay. Og hvis man ikke betaler til tiden, and if you don't pay on time, so at betale til tiden is to pay on time. Yes, til tiden. That's how we say it. Don't say på tid, like pay on time. No direct translations here. At betale til tiden, to pay on time. Just like that. Nice. That's pretty easy, this slide. Okay, what we got? Så får man tilsendt en rykker, slet ikke fedt. Then you will be sent a reminder, not cool at all. Yeah, so this was interesting. Rykker is not just any reminder. It's basically when you have to pay more. Maybe you didn't pay your phone bill and then they sent you another letter. Probably you get a warning first, and then you get that, and then you have to pay like maybe 50 kroner extra or whatever. So that is rykker. You didn't pay on time, and then there's a reminder and some extra fee. So it comes from at rykke, which is to move. We have many words. We have like maybe 3 words for move in Danish. But yeah, rykke is one of them. So rykker, it's like designed to make you pay. Ikke? Rykker. Slet ikke fedt. Not cool at all. Min ekskæreste brugte penge på de mærkeligste ting. My ex-girlfriend spent money on the strangest things. And yeah, actually ex-kæreste can both be ex-girlfriend and ex-boyfriend. I just picked ex-girlfriend here because later on you see hun, she, right? Så brugte penge, spent money, de mærkeligste ting, strangest things. Nå, okay, som hvad for eksempel? Well, okay, like what, for example? Jamen, hun købte for eksempel en kinesisk vase. Well, she bought a Chinese vase, for example. Okay, so yeah, not so much to say. It's jamen. Jamen is very useful. I say it a lot. It's hard not to do it. Jamen is like, well, a little filler to buy some time. Jamen, maybe someone is thinking like, well, let me tell you. Or maybe they are trying to come up with an explanation or an excuse. Jamen, so it's not always a good look. You don't want to be walking around saying jamen all the time. But sometimes it's good. It's like a native thing to do. Okay, move on. Det der ikke noget galt i. There is nothing wrong with that. Så galt. Gal in this case is wrong. Så hvad der galt? What's wrong? Det der er galt med bla bla bla. What's wrong with da da da? That's how you do it. Det der ikke noget galt i. Jo, for den var lavet af plastik. Så yeah, cause it was made of plastic. So, and again, this is very straightforward. This yo is used instead of yeah, because this is ikke, so it's not affirmative, and therefore you gotta have this. Jo, den var lavet af plastik. Ikke godt, slet ikke godt. Så ja, okay. Jeg håber ikke den var alt for dyr. Ja, okay. I hope it wasn't too expensive. Very direct. Hun gav 900 kroner for den. She paid 900 kroner for it. Wow. So yeah, in Danish it's very common that someone will say, hvad gav du for den? Literally, what did you give for it? Jeg gav, I gave. But we talk about paying, right? But especially if we're talking about a deal, like, oh, I found this thing online, this is a price, or a flea market or something, then you'll generally say gav and then the amount in this context. But you don't say, like, if you're in Rema or some other supermarket, like, jeg gav ekspedienten, like the cashier, jeg gav ham hende 200 kroner for min skinke for my ham, or like, don't do that. It's more like if you have a specific item and then you talk about how much you paid for it, like if something you search for, you're looking for and then you got it, then you can say that. If it's like a steal, like, my god, it's nothing. Yeah, you get the point. Alright, let's move on. Hvad har vi så? Okay, ja, det kan man vist kalde en dyr lærestreg. Okay, yes, I guess you can call that an expensive lesson. So this vist is like I guess. Det kan man vist. I guess you can. Vist, it's an adverb. In English you have a verb, I guess. In Danish it's an adverb. But it has the same function. Dyr lærestreg. Yeah, so lesson, maybe you're thinking of lessons like kind of like this, or like private lessons, and that's different. Lærestreg is like a life lesson, right? You learned your lesson, and this was expensive, right? En dyr lærestreg. Nemlig because at lære, to learn. Streg is like a stroke or a line. That's kind of funny. Men altså, jeg bruger også penge på unødvendige ting. But I mean, I spent money on unnecessary things too. Okay. So yeah, anything, yeah, okay, there's altså, ikke? Altså is like I mean, well, it's a filler word. Men altså, but I mean, yeah. Også penge på unødvendige ting. It's pretty easy, it's not too difficult. Som for eksempel sko. Du har jo mere end 10 par. Like for example shoes. You have more than 10 pairs. Wow. Okay. 10 par. And par is also couple. Like a romantic couple or any couple really. So it's both couple and pair. Du har jo mere end 10 par. Okay, imponerende. Impressive. Det har jeg. Det er bare svært at lade være. Ikke? I have. It's just hard to resist, right? You know? So, yeah, I have talked about this before. At lade være, like it means to resist, to refrain, to not do it, to refrain from doing something. So basically, if someone says, det er svært at lade være, it's kind of like saying it's hard to resist. Like it's hard not to do it. You want to do it. There's an impulse. There's a want. Yeah, bare svært at lade være. And then there's kind of a double translation here, right or you know. Ikke means right, but I guess in English it's more natural to say you know in this context. No, det er bare svært at lade være. It's just hard to resist, you know. So yeah, that's how it is. Lad os gå til det næste. And then you got. Hvad er det, der er så svært? What is it that's so difficult? Okay. Jamen, du ved, når man står der i butikken, ikke? Well, you know, when you're standing there in the store, right? Pretty easy. There it is again. Jamen, well, jamen du ved. And then this ikke, I don't pronounce it fully because you wouldn't do it in that context. And you just say like ikke. Står der i butikken, ikke? Står der i butikken, ikke? Different dialects depending where in Denmark you are. Har du ved, man står der i butikken, ikke? Og man ser noget, som man bare skal have. And you see something that you just have to have. And you just gotta have it, you gotta own it. Som man bare skal have. See something that you just have to have, okay. Ja, så bliver man lidt impulsiv og gør noget dumt. Yes, then you get a bit impulsive and do something stupid. Nothing to say about that. You can do a direct translation, pretty much word by word. Så bliver man lidt, then you get a bit impulsive, bit impulsive, og gør noget dumt and do something stupid. So that is the good thing about sentences that happen to align so perfectly, like this one, like the previous one up here. That's lucky for you. Okay, the næste, what we got here. So let's see. Men det går nok. Forresten har jeg lige købt en ny pung. But it'll be okay. By the way, I just bought a new wallet. So this det går nok is very good. Det går nok is like, it'll be okay, it'll be alright. Nå, det plejer kunne passe. Basically saying that things are gonna be fine. Do not do a direct translation and say something like, it goes probably. That's weird. Det går nok, du. Slap af, relax. Forresten har jeg lige købt. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Pung, ja, pung is wallet. Pung. Nå, okay. Hvilken farve har den? Oh, okay. What color is it? Den er brun og gul og sort. I don't know what kind of wallet this is. It's brown and yellow and black. Yeah, just colors. Sådan, og der er plads til både kontanter og kort i den. That's it, there you go. And there's room for both cash and cards in it. So, sådan can mean many things. But in this case, sådan means like, that's it, that's right, and there you go. Kind of like a congratulating or giving approval or agreement, like, yeah, that's right, and that's a good wallet, good job. I mean, it's really weird when you think about it. He's like, oh, 3 colors, good job. But yeah, that's the logic nonetheless. Plads til, there's room for. Der er plads til både kontanter. There it is, kontanter, ikke cash. If somebody says contant, that's usually not the noun. That's like at betale kontant, to pay in cash. And then if you see kontanter, then it's like cash, because it's bills, it's notes. So yeah, kontanter. Oh, it's also coins, of course. Let's not forget them. Kontanter og kort i den. Okay, super. Selvfølgelig er der det, men ikke mønter. Of course there is, but not coins. So yeah, nothing to say really. Mønter is coins. Selvfølgelig er der det. Of course there is. Okay, og hvad så? Then what? Nå, hvorfor ikke det? Oh, why not? Fordi jeg hader mønter. De er så irriterende. Okay. Because I hate coins. They are so annoying. Wow. Okay. Jeg hader mønter. It's not my opinion necessarily. Hader. Hate. Jeg hader mønter. Mønter. Right. De fylder i hvert fald en del. Det er helt sikkert. They do take up quite a bit of space. That's for sure. So fylde can be different things. Like jeg føler like I'm turning a certain age. Fylde in this case is taking up space. Could also be filling up something. But here in this limited space, så du fylder så meget, and you're taking up so much space. Like one person is taking up 3 seats on the plane or something, and så fylder like that. En del, and quite a bit. I hvert fald means in any case or any way. In some cases you could also kind of translate to at least. But the vibe, the attitude of this sentence means that they do take up quite a bit of space is a better translation. Not word by word, but it's more natural. Yeah, that's how it is when you translate sometimes. Det er helt sikkert. That's for sure. Helt sikkert. That's very normal. Like you'll hear people say that. Oh, helt sikkert. Like for sure. Helt sikkert. Everybody says that. Yeah. Okay, and then we got this. Det gør de. Nej, du. MobilePay er bare best. They do. Nah, man. MobilePay is just the best. So this nej, du is very informal. And that's why I wrote nah, man. And do, of course, doesn't mean man, but he's talking to a man, so it's okay as a translation. But it's I do. Hey, no, you. This is what I'm gonna tell you. And you can imagine he's like not bragging, but he's being very relaxed when he says this. I do. MobilePay er bare bedst. Ja, det må jeg indrømme. Det er en god app. Yes, I have to admit that. It is a good app. Okay. Det er meget sjældent, at jeg bruger kontanter. It is very rare that I use cash. Straightforward. Jeg forstår. Jeg bruger næsten altid mit kort. I understand. I almost always use my card. Okay, nothing to explain. Skal vi lige se her. Har du nogensinde glemt din kode? Have you ever forgotten your code or password? Yeah, so code is coding, but of course when it's your credit card, then it's like password. I think there's something called passcode, whatever. That's an English issue. Generally speaking, we say code, although in some cases you can say adgangskode, and adgang means access. So like on your phone, it would be adgangskode. But in many words, in many contexts, code is code. Code. Alright, cool. En gang eller to, måske. Det sker ikke så tit. Once or twice, maybe. It doesn't happen that often. Det var godt. Jeg glemmer tit min. That's good. I often forget mine. So maybe some of you are wondering why it says det var godt when var means was or were. That's because in Danish, when we hear something that's like good news, a relief, or oh, okay, that's good, then we generally say det var godt, and like, oh, I'm glad to hear that, that's good to know. So yeah, maybe it seems weird because it's like a general thing, it's not in the past, but we use the past tense, that's just what we do. I know in Japanese you do it too, yokatta, like that. So, let's see what else we got. Ikke så fedt alligevel. Så må du hellere skrive den ned. Not that great, eh? Then you better write it down. So this one, ikke så fedt alligevel. This is actually quite tricky to translate because it's very understood in Danish culture. Obviously, it's not great admitting your code, so there's like a little joke in here. Bear with me, guys, if I'm a little slow to explain it. But alligevel means after all, still, or anyway. Right? So it suggests that there's a contrast. Right? Nå, han kan ikke lide den alligevel. He doesn't like it after all. Right? Nå, det gør han ikke alligevel. He didn't do it after all. So usually alligevel is used to show contrast. But here there is no contrast. Right? Everybody knows that it's not great forgetting your password. So therefore, there's no need to say alligevel. But that's kind of the joke. I mean, it's not ha ha ha, funny joke. But it's like a little remark, a little smart ass remark. Oh, ikke så fedt alligevel. Because of course it's not great. Now, if you don't get it 100%, that's okay. It wasn't the best explanation I've ever given, and it takes time to really get these concepts anyway. But that is essentially what it's about. So yeah. Så må du hellere skrive det ned. Du må hellere is like you better. Ja, du må hellere, you better, ikke? Like la hugger i, that would be a good idea, deberías. Maybe you should do this. Yeah. Alright, cool. And then we got... Nå, skulle du ikke ringe til banken? Well, shouldn't or weren't you going to call the bank? Jo, det må jeg hellere få gjort. Yes, I better get that done. So there it is again, hellere, and better. Få gjort is like get it done. Jeg må hellere få whatever. Jeg må hellere få ryddet op. Jeg må hellere få vasket op. Jeg må hellere få ringet til ham. Ikke? Something you have to cross off your list. It's very common to say. Må hellere få and then the thing, ikke? Forgjort, it has to be like this. Forgjort, forset, fortaget, forbetalt, etc. Present perfect or past participle. Ja, det er bedst, hvis du ikke skal betale renter. Yes, it's best if you don't have to pay interest rates. So yeah, renter is interest rates, like in the bank. And that's both ways, and you pay or you receive. It's like that. Renter. Bare rolig. Renter er noget, jeg får, ikke noget, jeg betaler. Don't worry. Interest rates, little typo there. Interest rates are something I get, not something I pay. Okay? So yeah, bare rolig is basically don't worry. Bare rolig. You might have heard this before. Bare rolig, bare rolig. Noget jeg får, something I get. Right? So that's basically what it is. Rimelige Robert, reasonable Robert. Den bedste dommer, du nogensinde kommer til at møde. Han er kendt for at være rimelig og retfærdig, og bestemt ikke korrupt. Han går altid med solbriller, og hans motto er, retfærdigheden er blind. Alright, now we're gonna get some translation. Den bedste dommer, du nogensinde kommer til at møde. The best judge you're ever going to meet. Han er kendt for at være rimelig og retfærdig. He's known for being fair and just. Og bestemt ikke korrupt. And certainly not corrupt. Han går altid med solbriller. Og hans motto er: He always wears sunglasses. And his motto is: retfærdigheden er blind. Justice is blind. Alright, so that was the first character. I'm going to show you the king. So this is Kong Buster, King Buster, but I think Buster sounds funny in English, so just stick to Buster, okay? Kong Buster. En elsket konge, som alle i landet beundrer og ser op til. Han hjælper folket, gør sine tjenestefolk glade og spiller på harpe. Altså, når han keder sig. Kong Buster er en meget interessant mand, og han går meget op i sit folks lykke. Alright, with translation. En elsket konge, som alle i landet beundrer og ser op til. A loved king whom everybody in the country admires and looks up to. Han hjælper folket, gør sine tjenestefolk glade. He helps the people, makes his servants happy. Og spiller på harpe, altså når han keder sig. And plays the harp well when he's bored. Kong Buster er en meget interessant mand. King Buster is a very interesting man. Og han går meget op i sit folks lykke. And he cares greatly about the happiness of his people. Okay, so that was the introduction. Here is the conversation itself. We got the judge, Rimelige Robert, over here, and the king, Kong Buster, over here. So they're standing in front of some kind of courthouse, right? Now, with this conversation, I'm first going to just read through it without saying the translation out loud, because it makes for a more natural flow. And then after that, I'm gonna go back and read the Danish a little bit slower, and then with the English translation. Alright? So that's basically what we're gonna do now. Alright, let's hit it. Jeg elsker mit job. Det er så dejligt at være dommer. Man føler virkelig, man gør en forskel. Det er en virkelig god følelse. Du er også en rigtig god dommer, og jeg er glad for at have dig i mit kongerige. Det bedste kongerige, som verden nogensinde har set. det går godt her. Det gør det. Det er mere end 300 år siden, vi sidst har haft en krise. Og den kan jeg godt huske. Det var ikke en god tid. Det var en forfærdelig tid. Jeg var ikke mere end 3-4 år gammel dengang, men mine forældre har fortalt mig mange historier om den store krise. Jeg skal nok blive ved med at udføre mit arbejde, så ingen farlige typer bringer freden i fare. Det lover jeg dig, min konge. Jeg giver dig mit ord. Det er jeg glad for at høre. Forresten, hvad er den hårdeste straf, du nogensinde har idømt nogen? Jeg tænker, du må have set lidt af hvert gennem tiden. Det er et rigtig godt spørgsmål. Altså, der var en mand, der... Ja, jeg mener nok, jeg idømte ham en af de hårdeste straffe, vi har. Hvilken en? Livstid? Tvangsarbejde? Fik du ham til at give dig fodmassage? Du har altid været sådan et... Er ikke Robert? Nej, det var slet ikke sådan noget. Han skulle spise 20 pizzaer med ananas. Som du nok kan gætte, tog han det ikke særlig pænt. Jeg kan godt forstå hans reaktion. Det var godt nok også en hård straf. Hvad var det, han havde gjort? Det må have været noget meget slemt. Han havde ødelagt en håndfuld musikstudier med en kran. Hans plan var åbenbart at udrydde al musik. Han virkede faktisk lidt ustabil. Så lyder det som en helt fair straf. Musikken er noget af det vigtigste vi har. En sådan gave må man ikke tage fra andre mennesker. Det er rigtigt. Uden musik er der ingen glæde. Det er simpelthen så vigtigt at høre musik hver dag. Hvis ikke man gør det, så... Ja, så bliver man deprimeret. Det ved I alle. Det var godt, du gav ham en hård straf, Robert. Lad os håbe, der ikke kommer flere som ham. Det tror jeg ikke, der gør. Livet er godt. Du er den bedste konge, vi nogensinde har haft. Og min kone laver risengrød til mig hver dag. Alt er godt, og jeg har magten. En magt, jeg har fortjent. Folket elsker mig, og jeg er overbevist om, at der ikke kommer flere store kriser. Men ondskaben lurer et sted derude. Alright, now we're back up. Yep, so let's do this with translation. Jeg elsker mit job. Det er så dejligt at være dommer. Man føler virkelig, man gør en forskel. Det er en virkelig god følelse. I love my job. It's so nice to be a judge. You really feel like you're making a difference. It's a really good feeling. Du er også en rigtig god dommer, og jeg er glad for at have dig i mit kongerige. Det bedste kongerige, som verden nogensinde har set. You're a very good judge, and I'm happy to have you in my kingdom. The best kingdom that the world has ever seen. Det går godt her. Det gør det. Det er mere end 300 år siden, vi sidst har haft en krise. Og den kan jeg godt huske. Det var ikke en god tid. It's going well here. It is. It's been more than 300 years since we last had a crisis. And I remember that one. It wasn't a good time. Det var en forfærdelig tid. Jeg var ikke mere end 3-4 år gammel dengang, men mine forældre har fortalt mig mange historier om den store krise. It was a terrible time. I wasn't more than 3 or 4 years old back then, but my parents have told me many stories about the great crisis. Jeg skal nok blive ved at udføre mit arbejde, så ingen farlige typer bringer freden i fare. Det lover jeg dig, min konge. Jeg giver dig mit ord. I'll keep doing my job, so no dangerous types endanger the peace. I promise you that, my king. I give you my word. Det er jeg glad for at høre. Forresten, hvad er den hårdeste straf, du nogensinde har idømt nogen? Jeg tænker, du må have set lidt af hvert gennem tiden. I'm happy to hear that. By the way, what is the hardest punishment you've ever sentenced someone to? I'm thinking you must have seen a little bit of everything through the years or through time, gennem tiden. Det er et rigtig godt spørgsmål. Altså, der var en mand, jeg mener nok, jeg idømte ham en af de hårdeste straffe, vi har. That's a really good question. I mean, there was a man who, I believe I sentenced him to one of the hardest punishments we have. Hvilken en? Livstid? Tvangsarbejde? Fik du ham til at give dig fodmassage? Du har altid været sådan lidt. Ikke, Robert? Which one? Lifetime? Forced labor? Did you get him to give you a foot massage? You've always been kinda like, right, Robert? Nej, det var slet ikke sådan noget. Han skulle spise 20 pizzaer med ananas. Som du nok kan gætte, tog han det ikke særlig pænt. No, it wasn't anything like that. He had to eat 20 pizzas with pineapple. As you can probably guess, he didn't take it very well. Jeg kan godt forstå hans reaktion. Det var godt nok også en hård straf. Hvad var det, han havde gjort? Det må have været noget meget slemt. I can understand his reaction. It sure was a hard punishment. What was it he had done? It must have been something very bad. Han havde ødelagt en håndfuld musikstudier med en kran. Hans plan var åbenbart at udrydde al musik. Han virkede faktisk lidt ustabil. He had destroyed a handful of music studios, recording studios, with a crane. His plan was apparently to eliminate all music. He did actually seem kind of unstable. Så lyder det som en helt fair straf. Musikken er noget af det vigtigste vi har. En sådan gave må man ikke tage fra andre mennesker. Then it sounds like a completely fair punishment. Music is one of the most important things we have. A gift like that mustn't be taken away from other people. Det er rigtigt. Uden musik er der ingen glæde. Det er simpelthen så vigtigt at høre musik hver dag. Hvis ikke man gør det, så... That's right. Without music, there's no joy. It's just so important to hear or listen to music every day. If you don't do it, then... Ja, så bliver man deprimeret. Det ved alle. Det var godt, du gav ham en hård straf, Robert. Lad os håbe, der ikke kommer flere som ham. Yeah, then you get depressed. Everybody knows that. It was good you gave him a hard punishment, Robert. Let's hope there won't be more like him. Det tror jeg ikke, der gør. Livet er godt. Du er den bedste konge, vi nogensinde har haft. Og min kone laver risengrød til mig hver dag. I don't think they will. Life is good. You're the best king we've ever had. And my wife makes rice pudding for me every day. Alt er godt, og jeg har magten. En magt, jeg har fortjent. Folket elsker mig, og jeg er overbevist om, at der ikke kommer flere store kriser. all is well, and I have the power, a power that I've earned. The people love me, and I'm sure, literally convinced, overbevist, I'm sure that there won't be any more big crisis. Men ondskaben lurer et sted derude, but evil is lurking somewhere out there. Now that's cool. So now you got it first without the translation and then with the translation. But what I'm going to do now is I'll go through it once more, sort of picking words that might be a little bit new or challenging to you guys, and then making a little remark or explaining stuff if necessary. Right? So the first word we have here is, of course, dommer is the first one. Right? Dommer is judge, and you can see that because they're both blue. So this is a judge, not to judge. That is at dømme, D-Ø, what some of you call O/. D-Ø-M-M-E, that's to judge, but dommer is a judge. Nogensinde, that's ever, right? So that's kind of a long word. Nogensinde. You have rimelig og retfærdig. That's kind of interesting, because rimelig is like reasonable, but it could also be like fair, right? Sort of like you're rational, what you're saying makes sense, you're being very fair in your treatment of other people, stuff like that. Right? Rimelig. You could also be urimelig, right? Or urimelig, unreasonable. They're just like difficult. They're like, oh my god, what is this? Right? Urimeligt. Then retfærdig is just, right? Because, well, I gotta mention the last one here. Retfærdighed is justice, right? So that's like the concept. And then retfærdig, that is just, because that's the adjective, right? Retfærdig. Bestemt ikke korrupt. Solbriller. I think most of you already know solbriller, sunglasses. And again, retfærdighed, right? So the reason why I say retfærdighed then is because when you talk about ethics or morals or anything like that, there's really only one justice. And you cannot say like one justice and another justice, and like the concept of justice, it makes no sense. So that's why we say retfærdighed then, just like we say naturen, like nature, the nature, solen, the sun, and so on. Alright, beautiful. Now with booster here, we got beundre. That's a nice one. And so beundre is admire, as you can see. Oh, jeg beundrer dig, eller en hemmelig beundrer, secret admirer, and stuff like that. Yeah. So beundre is both the verb, but it's also the noun, and admirer. Yeah. Beundre. Folket, that's the people. Pretty straightforward. Tjenestefolk, yeah, so this is, it's kind of old school. Like, you don't have tjenestefolk anymore unless you are like actual royalty. It's servants. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. Like, tjeneste literally means favor, or service, you could also say. So that's what it is. Tjenestefolk, serving people, and people who serve or favor people. Favor people, that sounds so weird. You get what I'm saying, huh? Tjenestefolk. Yeah. Okay, han keder sig i sport. It's kind of obvious. At gå op i. Oh yeah, I often talk about this with my students. This at gå op i is to care about. And like it's something you pay attention to. You're very meticulous about it. You're like, this is important. I put effort into this. So at gå op i. Han går meget op i. He cares great about, or he cares a lot about. It's like that. Alright. Oh yeah, notice that I say lykke. I didn't highlight it, but I know some of you struggle because you tend to think that lykke is like luck. And like, oh, good luck. Like, hell of lykke. It's like, yeah, but lykke literally means happiness. Alright? Like long-term happiness or something more stable. Where the word for luck, I don't have it here, but that is held. Like H-E-L-D, H-E-L-E, held. That is luck. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Lykke. It's also a girl's name, by the way. How cool is that? Lykke. Alright, let's see if there's anything to comment on here. Man føler, man gør en forskel, ikke? So forskel is a difference, and be aware that it's not forskellig. I think forskellig would be with another L and then IG. Forskellig og forskellige with an E at the end. But forskel is difference, like the noun. At gøre en forskel, to make a difference, like that. Alright. See what else is there. Du er en rigtig god dommer. Jeg er glad for at have dig i mit kongerige. Ja, så kongerige, så går også kingdom. Like, it's kind of easy to see. Kongerige. But you'll also see the word rige in other places. Like udenrigs, that's sort of like in politics. Indenrigs, that's like domestic stuff. Udenrigs, that's like foreign stuff. Indenrigsrejser, domestic flights, and so on. Right? So there's a lot of stuff like that. Or de dødes rige, the kingdom of the dead. No, I'm getting the term wrong, but you know what I mean. Like Hades or something in Greek mythology. Yeah, so rige. Yeah, it's sort of a domain, like a rule, if you will. Det bedste kongerige, som verden nogensinde har set. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Det er mere end 300 år siden vi sidste har haft en krig. So yeah, okay, so he's pretty old. I mean, let's just address the elephant in the room. He's pretty old. They both are, but you know, that's how it is here. There are no rules. Sidste har haft en krise, jeg kan godt huske. Okay. Forfærdelig. Maybe some of you don't know, but forfærdelig means like terrible or awful. Right? Forfærdelig. That's a very strong negative word. Not an offensive word, but just like very negative, very, that is bad, that's really bad, ikke? Forfærdelig. Forfærdelig tid. It's a little bit stronger than just saying dårlig. I mean, you can say dårlig about many things, but sometimes you want like a stronger word, and you say, det var forfærdeligt, nej, ikke? Yeah, you can say that. Jeg var ikke mere end 3-4 år gammel dengang. Store krise, big crisis. Okay, yeah. Pretty straightforward. Jeg skal nok blive ved. Okay, so this is interesting. At blive ved, I could also say blive ved med at. It's sort of optional. Blive ved eller blive ved med at is sort of like to keep doing something, to continue, to keep up an action that you're already doing. So you could say, bliv ved, eller bliv ved med det, like keep it up, keep doing it. Yeah, so that's very useful. Udføre mit arbejde, okay, it's like doing my job, executing my job, carrying out my duties, my job, that kind of stuff. Så ingen farlige typer bringer freden i fare. What is that? Bringer freden i fare? It's like endanger the peace or putting the peace at risk. So we have like some kind of peace in the society of this world. And at bringe i fare is to endanger. Right? Not with like endangered animals, that's different. But like to threaten something, the existence of something. Det lover jeg dig. Okay, jeg giver dig mit ord. I give you my word. That's pretty straightforward. Det er jeg glad for at høre. Forresten. Forresten is the Danish word for by the way. Forresten. Hårdeste straf, hardest punishment nogensinde har idømt nogen. This is interesting. Lidt af hvert. Lidt af hvert is like a little bit of everything. A bit of each. Hver is like each. So you must have seen a little bit of everything. You must have seen many things. Right? Gennem tiden. Through the years, or literally time, because tiden means the time. Alright. Det er et rigtig godt spørgsmål. Altså, yeah, this is classic. So, altså is a filler word. Not always a filler word. But also is something we use to buy time. It's like, I mean, well, you know, it's like that kind of stuff. Like, also. And you'll hear a lot, like if you're watching my more advanced videos, when I'm just speaking naturally, it comes out a lot. Boom, what was that sound? No, it comes out a lot, and because all Danish people use it. I will say though, that if you say it all the time, you could sound like you don't really know what you're saying, It's like saying, you know, like, it's a filler word. So yeah, don't overdo it. But yeah, use it sometimes to buy yourself some time. That's totally cool. Jeg mener nok is like I believe, because like he's searching his memories, like I think it seems to be, and kind of like that. Jeg mener nok. I den hårdeste straf, vi har. Okay, very good. Livstid, that is a lifetime, like in prison in this case. Tvangsarbejde, so I wrote forced labor here because it is. Tvang is like coercion, right? So tvangsarbejde is one word, important to remember. It's one word, is forced labor, against your will. Fik du ham til at give dig fodmassage? This is really messed up, I love it. Så fik du ham til at give dig fodmassage, ikke? Did you make him give you a foot massage or rub or whatever? Yeah, so fik du ham til is like, did you get him to do? Ikke? Did you make him? Like I could say, jeg får dig til at, I'm getting you to, like I am convincing you or even manipulating you into doing something, eh? Or just pushing the right buttons so that someone does something, or asking a favor, getting someone to do something. Full massage. And yeah, we say it sort of like in French and English, like massage. Don't say massage. It's no, it comes from French, so just remember that. Du har altid været sådan lidt. This is like, I'm leaving something for you to imagine. Right? You've always been kind of like, suddenly, kind of like, it's, and then you can put in whatever adjective you want. Right? I just let you imagine that. Ikke, Robert. Okay, slet ikke sådan noget, nothing like that. 20 pizza med ananas. Tog han det ikke særlig pænt? That's kind of like in English. He didn't take it very well or very nicely. Pæn means nice or pretty. Right? So it could be a positive or a negative, like han tog det ikke så pænt, eller han tog det meget pænt. Like he took it nicely, all things considered. He reacted pretty well and mature. Stuff like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, ananas, that is of course pineapple. 2 pizza med ananas. Ooh, that sounds bad. Alright. Jeg kan forstå hans reaktion. Det var godt nok også en hård straf. Hvad var det? It's pretty straightforward. Yeah. Han havde ødelagt en håndfuld musikstudie. Så håndfuld is like a handful, ikke? Same as in English, pretty straightforward. Med en kran, with a crane. Udrydde. Yeah, I could use a different word here. Maybe also say... I could definitely pick a few other words, but udrydde is to sort of eliminate, weed out, bring out of existence, ink. Yeah, if you want to like extinguish a species or something like that. In this case, it's music. This mofo, he doesn't like music, so yeah. Udrydde al musik. Han virkede is like he seemed. You can say han virker is like he seemed, and then virkede, he seemed. It's just the past tense. But it's very good when you want to talk about how someone appears, like how they come off, the vibe, the energy, the impression you're getting from them. Then you can say that. Hun virker meget sød, han virker meget intelligent, whatever, right? Virker, and then the characteristic, the trait. Okay. Helt fair straf. Yeah, we also use the word fair in Danish. We definitely do that. Fair. Yeah. Når man ikke tager for andre mennesker. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Uden musik er der ingen glæde. En glæde is joy. Remember this is A and not A or A. It's A. Glæde is joy, and glæde og glad is happy. So the spelling matters. Glæde. This is of course a noun. Hvis I gør det, okay, then the conclusion, så bliver man deprimeret. Deprimeret means depressed. Det ved alle, det var godt, du gav mig en hård straf. It's pretty easy. Okay. Det tror jeg ikke, der gør livet godt. Du er den bedste kone. Okay, so at the very end he says, min kone laver risengrød til mig hver dag. So kone is of course wife. And risengrød is rice pudding. I guess you could also translate it as rice porridge. But yeah, most commonly I see it as rice pudding. And that is, of course, the thing we eat every Christmas. So if you've been in Denmark during Christmas, you know what it is. Right? I know in like Spanish-speaking countries you have arroz con leche, but that's not the real thing. Come on, guys. Yeah, but so risengrød, eh? Risengrød is like, it has to be hot. You got like the butter in the middle, and you got like all the cinnamon sugar spread around, and it's delicious. Okay, and then what does the king say? Jeg har magten. Magt is of course power. Jeg har fortjent. Fortjent is to earn or deserve. Right? People love me, and I'm sure. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. Overbevist. Overbevist literally means convinced. Like, oh, nu er jeg overbevist. Like, I'm convinced. Like, if someone was trying to like convince you of something. But if it's about your own belief, your own conviction, then you can also say it. Right? Then I just in English translate it as I'm sure. But yeah, it literally means convinced. Okay, ikke kommer flere store kriser. But of course he's wrong, cause it says ondskaben lurer et sted derude. Ondskab is evil, like evilness, if that's even a word, like the concept of evil. If I just say ond, that is the adjective. Ondskaben, lure is lurking. But lure could also be like peeking, like sort of in a creepy, voyeur kind of way, like just staring at people, like secretly. Yeah. So there's the bad guy. He's hiding somewhere out there, and he's got a plan, and you'll see what it is. Right? It's very exciting.